Hi, friends. Welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Happy Friday to all of you out there. Danny, you were saying you don't feel like today's a Friday.
No, but again, days really don't exist to me. So
That's weird. Why not?
I don't know.
Days exist to me.
They don't.
There was a while there I was unemployed, and they did not exist.
No, it's just get up, put one foot in front of the other every day kind of a deal. Like it doesn't. I mentioned this before. Part of it is military. Like all the days just kind of blend together.
Yeah, I guess there's no real Monday in the military.
To use a generic phrase, terrorists don't care about the day unless they want to make a point.
What if they did?
Oh, God, it'd be a lot easier to keep track of them.
Is there a military Friday news dump?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Don't get me wrong. Pentagon dumped some news on a Friday. That don't get that twisted. But between that and then covering the Blazers, doesn't matter what day it is.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
What I mean? Like it's, and not only that, it's both those things were at night, and so it just kind of. So even in the summer when stuff changes, my brain chemistry is like wired to this point of like, and I don't have kids. If I had kids, I would probably have a much tighter reference for that stuff, but I don't.
You would think professional athletes would not know the days of the week, because it doesn't really matter. But I think they do, and I think a lot of that has to do with primetime games. It's Thursday if you're a football player.
If you're a football player, I think if you're a
if it's
basketball
Tuesday
or baseball
TNT, Tuesday TNT, you know that.
Yeah, but it's also because you're just go. I think for basketball and baseball particularly, and you probably same as hockey, the regimented stuff is football. That's
because Sunday.
Yeah, but even then,
Saturday for college,
and whatever next day is film day, and it's always there's a regiment to it that's very 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 tight.
Do you think Maction kids think Tuesday's like a Saturday?
Yes. Also, if you told me they had no concept of time, I'd believe that because Maction never stops, baby.
What if Maction schools changed their days of the week of attending school that you
couldn't do it.
Your Friday was on Monday because on Tuesday was the big game?
No, you couldn't do it.
Why not?
Because Tuesday's the big game, so is Wednesday, so is Thursday, so is Friday. Maction is all over the place.
But if football rules the world...
But as I'm saying, Maction...
But that would be your Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
But Maction can play any night. Maction takes on all comers.
What if they just don't go to school?
I mean, if you told me that about the Mac, I also would believe that.
I actually have a feeling that Maction kids go to class. I don't know how many of them are on, how many scholarships they have. Now that I think about it, I don't even know what schools are in the MAC. Yeah. With how much everything moves around, I have not updated my MAC knowledge.
Yeah, how many great schools are in the MAC? I mean...
I was thinking about skipping Big
Akron,
Ten Media Week for Maction Week.
Okay, there's one school...
Toledo.
I would say, yeah, there's one school in here, UMass. That's the one that kids are going to school.
Ohio U, I believe.
Yeah, Ohio, Toledo.
Is Miami of Ohio still in there?
Kent State,
Bowling
Eastern,
Green,
and Central Michigan. Buffalo.
Is Northern Illinois out this year, or do they have one more year?
One more year. Actually, they have all of the Michigans. Eastern, Western,
Central,
and Central.
and Western. Yep. Buffalo is still in the MAC.
Akron and Ball State.
Yep.
That's your MAC.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Swigard on the ones and twos today.
I've been sequestered.
He has.
We appreciate your sacrifice and your dedication, addiction to your craft. Rusty hit us up this morning. You're not feeling so hot. So
no. And
shout out to Rusty. Hope you're feeling all right. We'll take Swag.
I mean, Swag and I were talking right before the show. I asked him, I was like, Swag, have you ever produced my show? And in 3+ years, the answer is
so is this
zero.
Is this the first time you've ever worked with Swag?
No. I've sat in with Isaac and Sue over the year. But long before I had the show, I would come in and pop in with those guys a couple times a year.
I made this joke before. Now, I've worked with Swag plenty of times, filling in on other shows and stuff over the last decade.
But it is weird. He has never produced either Danny and Dusty or this.
And I realized that you also have never produced my show because I said if you had to come in at 7:00 p.m. on a Tuesday or a Wednesday to produce the Hot Corner, I think we have a lot of issues going on at Odyssey.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that stupid little baseball show was important at that point.
It was more about it's more about the time of day at that point.
Yes.
Fan text line. Thank you for this. You did. You found a way to ruin my day. If you want to ruin Danny's Friday, just say, and to circle back to what the commander said, Ah!
I don't know what
That
that means.
unlocked core memories immediately
I
because
don't know
you
what
got
that
formation, you go out there, and then after,
What, like cover 2 formation?
definitely not that.
What if you guys ran formations in military like NFL defenses?
I mean, they do. It's called the Air Force Academy, the Naval Academy, and the West Point. So,
no, like in the field of battle.
I mean,
If you're like Tampa 2, strong side,
we run some options.
He's the mic. He's the mic.
We run some hook and we run some hook and ladders.
Fake punt.
Yeah, I've seen a grenade toss back and throw it forward.
Or like high school JV football when the quarterback drops back and everybody goes pass.
Yeah.
Grenade flies. Pass.
If you want to get really dark, there is a video.
Why not? It's Friday.
Oh yeah, there was a video a buddy of mine sent me of A-10 strafe run. For those that don't know, A-10 as an aircraft, it has a machine gun. It's a 6-barrel machine gun that is the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. The gun itself was built. It fires 30 millimeter caliber rounds at over 6,000 rounds a minute. And if you're wondering what a 30 millimeter round looks like, it's quite literally 2 energy drinks on top of each other.
That's big.
Okay, and imagine that at 6,000 rounds a minute. Now you can't fire it for that long. You have to because it will literally the barrel of each barrel. There's 6 of them. Will get so white hot you can see through them. That's how fast it goes. Okay, so we call it the burnt of death. And what ends up happening is it has been the best close air support airframe we've had in our military's history. It is goated. When you hear this thing coming, it's just fantastic. Anyways, this video is in Afghanistan, and this is one of his. For the reference, this is from the pilot. he got the footage, the cell phone footage from these guys. It was very cool. But they're in a tick, troops in combat. They're taking sniper shots from about 350, 400 meters away. And you hear 20 seconds. They've already lased the target. They've given the strafe run.
Oh, man.
And you hear these guys start giggling. No, like they're laughing hysterically. And you hear one guy, you hear him in the background go, do you think these guys know what's coming? And it's just pure, like, if you want to talk about running a formation and having fun and giggling, like, he's the mic. Oh, they're playing He's the Mic. And, like, you hear now 10 seconds. I started thinking about this. Like, if you're on the other side of this, if you were the Taliban and you.
Misunderstood.
Like, well, no, the wind starts blowing and you hear this troop element laughing. Like, what goes through your head in the next 10 seconds before you get turned to mist?
I don't think you really know. I think you kind of black out there.
Because that has just got to be, like, being in war is terrifying. But having an enemy that is in a gunfight laughing at you because they know what's about to happen, that has got to be some just twisted stuff in, like, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it is.
It's also kind of messed up to laugh at the fact that you're about to kill people.
Well, I'll tell you this. We do it because that's what we have to do to survive. I mentioned this yesterday. If you guys think I'm dark on air, you have no idea how dark it actually gets.
Yeah, you're telling me. On this Friday, I actually dress accordingly to a Friday. I firmly believed as a student at Clark Community College, home of the Penguins, undefeated in football since the 50s. You look good, you feel good. So on this Friday, we're going with
feel good,
flamingos and a Wazoo hat. Man, I feel great. I'm ready to take this weekend, make this weekend my bitch.
You got some Jimmy Buffett going.
Some Jimmy Buffett? All right, I'm down.
Yeah, you got a boat drinks feel to you.
Oh, man, I should have put boat shoes on, but it's too easy to put the flips on. It's too easy to rock the flips.
Look, I went Croc life. I have actually avoided wearing Crocs for a couple of weeks outside of the house.
What?
Just trying to be an adult. Wear real shoes.
Good luck, dude.
Wearing real shoes. But today I'm dressed up like a 6th grader. It's backwards hat, t-shirt, shorts, Crocs. Like I look like a very large child.
I wore Crocs for a brief moment in college and stopped after like 2 weeks because the unabashed, absolute mockery that was made of my fashion choices by everyone I knew, that I vowed to myself I would never wear Crocs again. Yet here we are in 2025. All 3 of my kids have them. Everybody thinks they're great.
Yep.
I was ahead of the time for 15 years. and I refuse to do it.
My brother, look,
It's like
I love 'em.
hallucinogenics. Like I won't do them. Everybody's all about them now, and I'm
Mm.
like, nope, I did them, and you all thought I was a loser, and now I'm not doing them anymore.
no, come on now.
No,
Come on now.
no, dude,
Come on now.
I don't do drugs.
We know that's a lie.
I don't do drugs,
We
man.
know that's a lie.
I
Look, it's no secret. I'm a Crocs ambassador. It's like that's not even like an inside joke.
I'm so mad about
I
that.
legitimately am.
I'm not mad about you
Yeah.
being an ambassador, but I'm mad that someone can be an ambassador and like the text line 503-864-6326 won't like eviscerate you
No.
for it. Like that is what pisses me
Bro,
off.
we had people.
That is what grinds my effing gears.
We had people pointing out like special release Crocs, over the last couple of years. Like, are you gonna get these? And I'm like, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, when are the Patrick Mahomes Crocs coming out? Like that's when I'm gonna lose
Dude,
it.
they had cowboy boot Crocs.
I'm out of here.
I was like, yes.
I'm out
I
of
want
here.
some spurs on my Crocs. Are you kidding me?
Oakley dokley. Well, we got a show for you today. A lot of NFL stuff to get to. It's also the uncomfortable word of the week today at 11:15. So get those submissions in on the fan text line, the YouTube chat, and we'll figure out what our uncomfortable word of the day of the week is. Web gems at 11:45, like we always do. I'll bring up some Tom Brady. We had that fun conversation yesterday about Super Bowl, about playoff teams that can't win a title. What about the faves that won't win a title? We'll get to that at the noon hour as well. But when we come back, football's back? I guess. Kind of. This is The Firm, Harrison Marang, 105.1 FM, The Fan.
chill. Let's build. Want to talk about skill. I spit like a semi-automatic to the grill. Elbow grease and elbow
1016 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. Fan text line 503-864-6326. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire show. There's also the YouTube chat. Shout out to the YouTube cats at youtube.com/1051 The Fan. The Fan. Hey, there was football on last night.
Yep.
I think my favorite joke leading up to the game was I knew Trey Lance would make it to the Hall of Fame game.
There you go. Like it. Like it.
I thought this was super. I had a weird thing going, so I don't get to watch a ton, so I got to watch highlights. But this is probably why I'm not on Twitter. How much of Twitter was like, Trey Lance, trade him right now, 2 firsts, a third, and a backup punter.
I mean, the Cowboys have got to be sitting there going, God, we missed the bus. So do the 49ers. They're both like, oh, my God. It was the 4th team. That's what it took.
What are we doing paying Dak and Brock? Like, we should have gone with Trey Lance.
We had him there. We just didn't wait. He just wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, I mean, no shock to me that is he the 3rd on the depth chart?
Yeah, look, I don't wish ill will on the guy.
No. I don't think there's anything he's ever done that wishes ill will. I think it's no shock that a Harbaugh team was kind of ready to play. I think the funniest thing I took out of last night, we can get to Trey Lance more in a minute. The funniest thing I took out of last night was Dan Campbell being really pissed off about how bad his team played. Hey, guess what, dude? So are the rest of us that had to watch that pile.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like, we're not very happy either.
Preseason football does not matter.
Of course.
Look, you can go and all of a sudden, hey, we had a bad preseason game. Let's lock in. Da-da-da. Now, if you
but
go,
it scratches the itch.
Yeah, no, trust me. Watching is watching. I mean, I didn't watch it. I had it on in the ether when I got done playing golf yesterday. But
4 rooms down the hall.
Yeah, like it was. I'll be honest. By the time I finally got settled in, it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I was tired. I got done playing golf, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go work out because I'm an idiot. And then at that point in time, took a shower, popped onto the couch with the pups, was going to watch, like, throw the replay on, and I was like, I don't care. And fired up some College Football 26 and played a little of my, I've got a dynasty going with Tulane with a couple buddies.
The Green Wave.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, the recruiting class last year, problematic. We
not meeting to Tulane standards.
Buddy, they a couple of those guys they flipped their commitment on the last week, and the recruiting class took a pretty massive hit.
You thought you had your quarterback, but he chose Ohio State instead.
Yeah, it was tough. So we're struggling. The offensive line's not doing well right now. But no, it was fun seeing the line to gain digital readout. Like, it was like, oh, we've gone past just superimposing the yellow marker now. We have moved into the live tracking era. Welcome to the club, NFL.
Welcome to the 21st GD century.
Took you 23 years,
Look,
but welcome.
We only had this in tennis. Works perfectly fine. We've only had this in football. Football works perfectly fine.
Here's the interesting thing about it. Using the same exact technology from the same company. It's Hawkeye technology. Hawkeye was originally used in tennis and soccer. It was instituted in the NBA 3 years ago now. They had trouble in the NBA because you have 10 people on 94 feet. So it's harder for those cameras to pick up some things. So they had to kind of work through some technology parts of it. The NFL's got a little bit of the same thing because you have 22 on 53 and a third and over 100. So they're like working through that stuff was mildly difficult, but also we've had a chip in the ball for years.
You want some tinfoil hat thoughts?
Go.
You want some tinfoil hat? The NFL doesn't want to bring this in because it lets us talk about controversies the next day. See, driving the narrative.
Oh, look, I mean,
can you believe they didn't call that a first down? It was clear on TV a first down. But if you prove it, then we don't have anything to talk about.
20 years ago,
I was in billions of dollars.
20 years ago, I was in the Get It Right campaign. Whether it's like, NBA, football, basketball,
but I would argue
baseball, but I kind of like the human element. I know.
I don't want ABS because I like the human element. I like when people make mistakes.
That pitch we had, was it like 3 days ago? You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
No.
There's like 5 a day.
No. It was called a ball. It was straight down the pipe.
Yeah, man.
It was. It wasn't even. It wasn't too high, too low. It was down. It's the kind of thing that you serve up in a home run derby, and it was just like, and everybody stops. Everybody froze. Like even the batter was like, he was like, "Word." Like, I'm getting away with that?
I kind of like, you got to love the idea. A baseball player just turns around to the ump. He's like, really? All right.
All right.
Like, if you're the ump and you're like, wait a sec, you think you should be out?
He had the bat on the shoulder, like walking to the dugout, and he just stops. Like,
Where you going, dude? That was a ball. No, but I think the NFL, I mean, this is a tinfoil hat. This is a conspiracy that I don't believe has legs, but I mean, we talk about the NFL every single Monday. We come back and it's like, can you believe that call that cost the Ravens and the Bills game? Like the Ravens outplayed them, but the refs screwed them, and that drives the narrative. That's my tinfoil hat for the day.
If you read under the Schefter release about the line to gain digital thing, almost all of I don't like looking at comments a lot of the time from the national ones because it's always somebody clout chasing something, but it was like 400 straight comments about how that's going to benefit the Chiefs. How like they'll manipulate it to where it benefits the Chiefs, and I'm just like, oh my god, I hate the Chiefs.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's still
spotted by the refs.
Still spotted by the officials.
Yes.
Right. But you can challenge that.
Yeah.
So in theory, you could challenge the spot of the ref.
Yes, which has the digital tracking in the ball.
How come the digital tracking isn't just the spot?
I don't know.
Oh, is it? Well, okay, let's back up. Probably because if you're a running back and you get, 2 yards in a cloud of dust, what stops you from just like inching that under the pile a little bit further?
You have to link it up with the time and the
yeah.
frequency of when the whistle is blown and some other stuff. Tennis is static. The ball either is on the line and in, or it's outside the line and it's out.
Yeah, there's
no time situation there.
Yeah, you're not pushing it somewhere or manipulating it somewhere. The ball goes where the ball goes.
No, but I mean, clocks in basketball, some of them are synced up to whistles. Like that's
yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Bluetooth emitter sort of thing?
Yeah, the three. It's been in the NBA for a long time.
while,
College has adopted it recently, but yeah, if you're there, they have the little. If you'll see the officials, they'll reach around to their back,
their little pack,
or on their belt, right above their belt,
right when they whistle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that's to start it, and when 2 of the 3 of them hit the button within a certain time frame, then the clock will go. There's a frequency in their whistles that when it's blown, when the clock is running, it will stop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by it. Why am I just learning that now? Am I stupid?
No, that's very tight minutia. But if the amount of technology in sports right now would overwhelm people if they actually knew what is going on with stuff. You see, I use the NBA. Actually, MLB's the best at it. They're the most data driven league in the world, sport in the world.
It's called sabermetrics.
It's insanity. And the great thing about them is that they have made basically all of it public. It's insane now. The NBA is kind of going the other way. They're pulling more stuff in. I think it makes fan bases way smarter, especially if you give them the data.
Yeah, why hide it? That's why I always find it fascinating. Like the NFL has all these tools at their leisure, and they opt not to use it. And that's why I have a tinfoil hat on.
Well,
that's why I think, because it drives content and it creates controversy, and that's why we talk about it for 24/7, 365.
I don't think it's just that. It's also there's some control on it from a media standpoint, because if you have more data, you could particularly in the NFL, if you look at the content creators that are out there, like the actual very good content creators, like a guy like Kevin Clark came out of nowhere and does Omaha Productions now, or Ben, what's his name? Ben, totally blanking his name. He pops up on NFL Live. He's one of the analytics guys. Was it the Solak? He's just a football nerd who's a giant nerd, and he understood all of it, and all of a sudden it opened all these doors, and a lot of the old fuddy-duddies were like, well, we can't have that. You didn't go to journalism school. And there's a lot of that.
Nerds.
There's a lot of protectionism stuff that kind of goes with that. But yeah, the NBA for up and I'm going to say until 2015 or 16, you used to be able to access the API. And that's the back end that you could plug into and download all of the
API stands for.
I actually don't know. Automated Process Index?
Are you making stuff up over there, Daniel?
I can't remember what it stands for. Anyways, it's a plugin that allows it for you to be able to pull all the data, right? And so you used to be able to pull all the data and scrape it all. have access to everything. But the problem was so many people like me that were analytics nerds were pulling the data. It was like putting a strain on their servers.
Application programming interface.
There you go.
I wanted to know.
Anyways, the that part of it, they're like, yeah, we can't have this anymore. So they cut it off and they cut that line off. And I was
It's
like,
controlling information.
It is.
See, dude, this is it. Welcome to your tinfoil hat.
No,
I
really,
knew,
it's a real thing.
I knew I was going to get you to come aboard. I knew I was going to get you to come aboard. It's all rigged.
No, I was saying that. I'm with you.
It's going to benefit the Chiefs.
No.
Yeah, that's why the Chiefs are going to win the Super
I
Bowl.
hate that.
Because it's all rigged. It's all rigged. That's it. We watched one NFL preseason game that even means less than the other NFL preseason games. Season's over. You don't have to care anymore. Chiefs are the Super Bowl champs. Travis Kelce retires in a blaze of glory and proposes to his wife. There, I just told you the season. We'll close up shop with that. When we come back, players that are fighting owners, players that cave, and why players do end up caving in the NFL. A little trio of players all in their own situations. We'll get to that next, but first, there's Swag with Sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Mariner fans hoping for a similar encore after the return of Eugenio Suarez resulted in a 6-0 shutout of the Texas Rangers. Suarez with a double and a run scored in a game that saw Cole Young and Cal Raleigh hit bombs in the 5th inning. Game 2 of that series tonight, 7:10 first pitch on Root Sports. There is one game going on in the major leagues this afternoon in Cincinnati. Braves and Reds, after their wild 8th inning last night, scoreless, going to the bottom of the 4th. Still unable to hammer out a contract extension in D.C., Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin formally requesting a trade out of Washington, although the team is already on record stating they have no interest in trading their number 1 receiver despite the impasse. Last chance for PGA Tour players to get into the top 70 for the FedEx Cup playoffs next week. It's the Wyndham Championship from Sedgwick Country Club round 2. Mac Meisner, Sung Jae Im in the clubhouse at 12 under par, 1 shot clear of Mark Hubbard. Afternoon wave getting ready to tee off. Joel Damon, your first round leader at 9 under par. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigard from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with
you ever been to a volcano?
You know, today is August 1st. Happy August, everybody. We're getting there.
Isn't it? Good. This summer's flying by.
Today would also be the 83rd birthday of the great Jerry Garcia.
You got the Grateful Dead sticker on your laptop, so go ahead and wax poetic.
Dude, real quick, today is the start of what's known as the Days Between. It is a 9-day celebration of the life of Jerry Garcia. For today is his birthday, and August 9th is the day of his death. So these are the days between.
Yeah, didn't he check himself into rehab in that period?
Many periods, but
I
yes.
know, but in that particular one.
Yes.
Was the
Their
problem.
last show was, I know this. It's Isaac Rob's birthday. Whatever Rob's birthday is the last time the Dead played together in 95.
Isn't it July something?
Yeah, July something. 15th maybe?
So is this similar like the time between Passover and Easter? Is
Yeah.
that what we're
Or
doing
Ramadan
here?
or Hanukkah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You go, look, this is America, right? You can celebrate all types of religions,
I know.
all right? Today is our 9 days of the celebration of Jerry Garcia.
I just don't care.
Ouch.
So what are you supposed to do? Buy one of his ties and have some Ben and Jerry's and
Yeah,
No, man, just kick back and
Okay.
listen to the vibes, bro. Check out your local store down the street. Support local.
I don't like the Dead at all. And if it's your thing,
I'm
fine.
indifferent on the Dead. I don't. If like the Dead music came on, I'm not turning it off. But I probably, other than a couple of songs, wouldn't identify right away that it's the Dead.
Yeah, it's not coming anywhere near a playlist for me.
So you're not going
Ever.
to the Grateful Dead Ducks game?
No.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
Who are they playing that
Wisconsin.
game? Wisconsin. Yeah.
The Scownies.
No, I'll be down there for USC Oregon. Be down there for that. Hopefully, don't tear a hamstring.
number 1 recruiting class USC.
No.
Oh, look what I did
Some
there.
people
Look what I did
some
there.
people
Look
are
what I did
saying
there.
some people are saying
Some people are saying. Some people are saying.
some people are saying top recruiting
I'm
class of the country.
stoking the show beef like business. It's so good. Sitting on the sidelines, just watching.
I'm with you, Swigard. I got no opinion on this whatsoever. I got no
'Cause
opinion.
The petty and the receipt keeping is
Look,
outstanding.
Look, my team is predicted to finish 7th in the Mountain West, okay? So I got nothing to say over here. I will just let y'all figure that out.
I'm just saying.
We've been having this conversation for days trying to get into this, and I'm curious what you guys think out there. Fan text line 503-864-6326. Danny brought this up to me the other day, and we were talking about Hendrickson and kind of his situation in Cincinnati and how it feels the hold-in situation, which is kind of the new trend because that way you don't get fined, eventually will lead to him caving to the owners. And we kind of were starting to have this conversation about why do players cave to owners? And I think a lot of it at the end of the day is money.
Yeah.
I think that's the easy, low-hanging fruit of it. But we're in a trio of different situations here of Terry McLaurin in Washington, Hendrickson in Cincinnati, and Michael Parsons in Dallas. Oh, Micah? I thought it was Michael. Doesn't Jerry say everything correctly? Don't make me tap the board. Don't make me tap the board. All three guys in very different situations, but all three guys in the same situation for the context of this conversation of potentially eventually caving into ownership.
I mean, we've talked about this with the NFL. It's why they'll never be able to go on strike. It's why they'll ultimately lose every single time in any negotiation.
They'll
battles.
never have guaranteed
No,
contracts.
because this is what the shortness of the career, the average career span being 3.5 years. And that's what makes it so. Each one of these things is very different.
Very different scenarios.
With
And-
Parsons, Hendrickson, and Scary Terry in Washington. The McLaurin one, it's like, brother, you just went to an NFC title game. You're getting paid. Maybe figure something out here. Like,
You're also already a top 10 paid wide receiver. Am I correct? I got to double check this, but I feel like McLaurin's already a top 10 paid. I'll check that.
I understand getting
You
your
talk,
money.
I'll
Like I'm certainly like pro go get the money kind of a deal, but it's also like this is winning time, dude.
Yeah.
Go,
Yeah.
like,
This is your window.
like go do the thing. And it's like I'm not mad at it, but part of me is like, that franchise has been so bad. You're good now. Go be good. I mean, I understand you have a limited earning potential. What is he at right now?
18th.
So so he's a little below.
He's also 30.
That's the crux of it, which is why he's holding out.
He is the oldest guy on this list. The older dudes don't fall until after him. That's Calvin Ridley riding a bad deal that was signed a while ago. Devontae Adams, for some reason, continues to make ungodly amount of money.
He's still really good.
And then down there, Stephon Diggs, Mike Evans,
And as I say,
Chris Godwin.
Mike Evans is the one lone guy here in that age group who I'm like, it's fine because he's 6'5". I don't
Throw it up.
I don't care.
Throw it up to
he's
Mike.
6'5". Like that part of it is totally cool. And him demanding a trade. We saw this with Ayuk. We've seen it with with T. Higgins last year. Like this is not uncommon for them to demand a trade and then to ultimately get something done. And the Commanders are not the Commanders under Dan Snyder. Like I think they'll ultimately figure something out.
This is a new generation, and that's why McLaurin's situation to me is terrifying, to borrow from his nickname, Scary Terry, because these are the growing pains when you have a team whose window's opening.
Yes.
Whose window's either opening or wide open. Is Washington ahead of schedule? Very much so.
Are they the best team in the NFC East? No.
No, but are they a top 5 team in the NFC? Yes. Probably. And that's the kind of scary thing you get is when you get to these moments where that window starts to open, then all of a sudden, well, why do you think we're here? Well, that's probably because of me. So I need some more money. Like, could you imagine Jaden Daniels has just decided, well, last year was all me and I'm better this year, so I'm going to hold out for money.
On a rookie scale.
On a rookie scale.
Somebody will eventually
Somebody will eventually do that.
Somebody will eventually
and that's the pivot, that's why, to bring this full circle in this conversation, that's why I think sometimes it's easy for the players to cave, because it's not just the money, but it's also realizing that the window is here.
Yeah, because the window for your money is so finite too. And same thing with Henderson. Henderson's a little bit older, like Terry, so he's trying to get his last bit of money. And he tried to play and I don't mean this like a negative way. He tried to play the hardline stance of, he went because his house is literally right next to the practice facility. He could hear the whistles, and he's like, I can't be there, so I'm just going to go down to Florida. Well, he went down there for a couple of days,
48 hours.
Went down there for a couple of days, $50,000 a day, which is the max allowable fine. Now, usually that stuff gets worked back into the contract.
Sure.
And you get that back unless you want to be a jerk about it. But when you look at, those three franchises historically over the last 25 years are dumpster fires with their owners. The difference is now
all three of these players, actually.
All three of the players of those franchises. But the Commanders have figured stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Like
the ship seems right.
Yes, and so you're like, okay, that one seems odd. Cincinnati doesn't seem odd. Dallas doesn't seem odd. And the stupid thing about the Dallas part of this is now you've pissed off your team. Multiple players are changing either their avatar or posting pictures of Micah Parsons after. For those that don't understand what's going on down in Dallas, it's not just a holdout. The story is Micah Parsons himself met with Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, and they had a discussion. Well, the Cowboys took that as an agreement on a deal. And Micah's like, nah, dog, you can talk to my agent. And now they're refusing to talk to Micah's agent.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why are you doing this? We all know where you're going to go with this. You're going to ultimately cave, and you're going to give him all the money because you're stupid, and you gave Dak all the money. You gave CD all the money. Two guys you shouldn't have given all the money to. And the one guy you should probably give the money to, you're not doing it. So it's like, why are you going down this path?
Well, Jerry's probably the exception to the rule. He is
the rule of dumb owner.
No, but I mean of players caving and taking either the less money or restructuring
They all get paid.
or something like that. I've got a feeling that I know the reason outside of money. And we'll get to that next. But also, who's in the worst situation of these three guys? McLaurin, Hendrickson, Micah. Who's in the worst situation? Who's in the best situation of these three, whether it's winning, money, etc.? Text that fan text line 503-864-6326 or the YouTube chat. We'll read some of those thoughts when we come back. The firm of Harrison Marang, Portland's sports leader, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM. Coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, jobs that are the furthest away from us. I've had some interesting conversations with some people over the last few weeks as I've started this job, and it's made me appreciate what they do. Hopefully they appreciate what I do. Also, the uncomfortable word of the week will be at 11:15, so get those submissions in. The fan text line 503-864-6326, also the YouTube chat. And speaking of those, we're sitting here talking about these three players and their trio of situations. We're talking Hendrickson's, Parsons, McLaurin. And I think you can go a lot of different ways. Let's see. Maybe this is why I'm not a professional sports agent, but it seems like the easiest play in the book is to just have Parsons walk. I'd never play another down for the Cowgirls. Again, also on the YouTube, Bengals ownership feels like the inept business owner that somehow makes an S ton of money, even though they're incompetent, and they use that to prove that they're not incompetent. So I think Terry McLaurin's probably in the best position of all these guys because the reason he'll cave is winning.
Yeah.
They're right there. Maybe not there, but they're right there at the door.
If you told me the Commanders were in the Super Bowl this year, it would not be like, oh my God.
Not a stretch of the imagination
No.
by any sense. Also, I think he is less likely if he were to say, okay, nothing, I'll walk at the end of this year. He's least likely to get what he's looking for on the open market.
Yeah, especially after another year.
Hendrickson and Parsons will get close, if not more, to what they're looking for on the open market.
Because that was what I was going to say. Like the other thing other than money is there are definitely cases in baseball, basketball, football, hockey, football, in all sorts of sports where money does rule everything. These guys still want to win. And I think that's why Hendrickson is kind of like, okay, I'll probably cave a little bit because I want to win.
He's already said he'll take less.
Yeah.
He just wants the guarantee.
Mhm.
Beyond, because here's the thing. The Bengals offered one guaranteed year.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Hendrickson has been one of the 3 or 4 best defensive players in football for the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to not have two is pretty insulting. Terry McLaurin's in the best position of all this because they can win.
As far as like if you're talking about like taking a hit, yes.
And I think
he's in the worst negotiating position,
yes,
though.
that is the truth. The weirdest one of all of them, though, is Micah Parsons. I kind of agree with this texter. Like, just walk, bro. Just get out of there.
Yeah.
Just like, why is this worth it? What Rufio or somebody said this? Rufio might have said this on the YouTube chat. Something about, it's the abusive partner that loves you and wants you to stick around because, I love you so much. That's why I'm so tough on you. And I don't know. There's just nothing about Jerry that makes me want to play for him ever.
Well, I mean, they have. It's
is the star really that big of a deal in the NFL anymore?
Yes.
I don't think so.
No, it still is.
I don't think so. I think there's 7 other things just as popular as the star.
No, you walk into that place and you are a god in a state that is filled with people. You are put on a pet. Like I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to get him in a little bit.
I've got a counter too, so I'm curious.
No. There's somebody here who works here that took a trip down there and had a backpack with their college on it. And just a large man. It's not hard to identify who I'm talking about. And they were like, you at Cowboys training camp? You at Cowboys training camp? You at Cowboys training camp? Like, he's like, no. Like that, if you are down there and you're in one of the biggest markets in the country, you are the level of stardom that you have. You can't, let's say Micah Parsons, let's just flop situations. If Micah goes to Cincinnati and Trey Hendrickson goes to Dallas, Micah doesn't matter. Like
I don't know. Micah's that good, though.
No. I'm talking about the stardom level because you're never going to be put on that pedestal. There is no organization in football. I hate the Cowboys and everything they are because of all the BS that gets pumped behind them. If you were there, it's like CeeDee Lamb. Is he a good wide receiver? Yes. Is Dak Prescott a good quarterback? Yes. Are they great? No.
But what I'm saying is that when I'm talking about the star not being everything, yes, you are beloved in Dallas if you are a Cowboy fan, in Texas if you're a Cowboy fan.
The brand.
But hey, who takes more heat? Dak Prescott with a star on his head or Jordan Love with a G on his head? Because you want to talk about God status. Jordan Love is this far away from being God status in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And that's the smallest market.
For 100,000 people. It doesn't matter.
But that's my point. I would say there's 100,000 people there, and he is still a star. Joe Burrow is
He's
maybe pound for pound the most talented quarterback in the NFL right now in Cincinnati.
And yet all we get is Dak.
No, that's the board, dude. Don't make me tap the sign.
No, it is what it is. The Cowboys are the biggest brand in the NFL.
But I only think that because they're telling us that. As somebody that doesn't think that, it's because I'm seeing everything
Look
around.
at the revenue. Look at the money generated. It's not close.
But that doesn't mean I want to play for them. That
Yes,
doesn't
it
mean
does,
I should
because
want
like
to.
the amount of notoriety. That's why people end up going there. That's why people end up staying there. Even the Stockholm syndrome is real because of the amount of influence and money. That is why
they stay there, because Jerry caves and pays them.
It's like going to the Knicks when they sucked. You still went because it's New York.
I mean, Carmelo, yeah. Why did he want to get to New York to get to a worse team than what he was on? Yeah, I suppose, but I think it takes specific types of players that want to do that.
Yeah, you got to be good enough. That's the thing.
But not everybody wants to do that, you know?
But
LeBron's not going to New York.
Where did LeBron go?
L.A. I suppose.
He went to Miami and L.A., man.
But I would also argue that L.A. had the best chance to win, though. It was still trying to win. And it did. He did win.
Yes, and
I hate when you look at me that way. I hate it when you look at me that way.
The Cowboys are the same thing. They're not trying to win. They're just dumb.
And that's why I don't want to be there. I don't care how big the brand is. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be around stupid people all day. I'm going to sit here and do this show with you.
Yeah,
I don't want more.
I know, right? But when you make the money, you just go, God, the money's just so good. I've talked about this before. I make less doing this. A lot less doing this than I used to make as a business analyst.
Whoa.
But I was
bomb drop.
Miserable.
Just talk trash to every person that works here.
I made a lot of money doing that.
Sure.
I was very comfortable financially.
Sure.
I don't ever want to go back to that. But that was the thing. It's like, I had people like, oh man, it must be nice making all that money, being able to travel and do whatever you want and have those things. And I'm just like, no, it actually sucks, dude. Like, I'm miserable every day. I don't enjoy this. But because the financial window is so small in the NFL, if you are a great Cowboy, no matter how successful or unsuccessful the team is, if you are a great Cowboy, do you know what you can do in Texas after you get done?
Who was the last great Cowboy?
Recently, I mean, beyond the triplets, Tony Romo.
And that's kind of a stretch.
Okay, and what is Tony Romo doing now?
Well, he's on TV.
He's
on TV.
Do you think he's doing that if he's not a former Cowboy? Do you think if he's former Jacksonville Jaguars great quarterback Tony Romo, he's doing that?
Playoff wins and losses and blown up and looking as good as he does? Maybe.
No.
Not as big, but maybe.
No.
But okay, so one since the triplets. That's kind of proving my point, though, that the brand isn't exciting.
And yet those guys live like gods.
Two things real quick that I'll get to, and we'll get out of here from the fan text line, 503-864-6326. No income tax in Texas. That's your money, Chase, 100%. Also, Parsons is 26. He can walk and get top market dollar easily. I hope he walks. You know what? I hope he does too. We come back, loaded second hour. Don't go anywhere. Appreciation for people whose jobs that are the furthest away from us. Plus, last chance to get your uncomfortable word of the weekend. We'll do all that next. This is the Firm of Harrison Marang on 105.1 FM.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, what do the Mariners have in store for an encore after the return of Gino Suarez resulted in a 6-0 shutout of the Texas Rangers to move a game ahead of them in the race for the last AL wildcard slot. Game 2 coming up tonight, 7:10 on Root Sports. One game in progress. Pitchers duel in Cincinnati. Braves and Reds scoreless in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hall of Fame game come and gone. Was never really there for the Lions, who committed 5 turnovers, let Trey Lance throw 2 touchdown passes, and lost to the Chargers 34-7. The first full weekend of NFL preseason action gets underway next Thursday. Still unable to hammer out a contract extension deal, Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin formally requesting a trade out of Washington. Team, though, is on record stating they have no interest in trading their number 1 receiver. Wyndham Championship round 2, Mac Meissner, Sung J M in the clubhouse at 12 under par. First round leader Joel Damon just teeing off. He'll start the day at 9 under. The top 70 in the FedEx Cup points list after this tournament will make the playoffs that begin next week. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigart from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for
All right, welcome to the second hour of The Firm. If you missed any of the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, at 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts, including places that rhyme with Jerify. Jerify. You know, at least he's not a huge scumbag. You know, at least we got there.
Who?
Jera.
What?
Wait,
you
what?
Know, I knew I'd get this response from the both of you.
The guy that took money from the Teamsters to buy the Cowboys isn't a scumbag.
Yeah, dude, I'm trolling y'all.
Okay.
It's like when you
I
talk
was
about
like, what?
yeah, it's like when you talk about Dan Snyder and
Oh, yeah.
and the worst owners that are like forced out of their
He took it to a new level.
Yeah.
that are forced out of it. He is like the one guy that doesn't get the heat.
Well, when he dies and
Like TV loves him so much that they
Oh.
like won't bury him for being a jerk.
When he dies and that book comes out, oh brother.
8 books, 8, 9
Like,
books.
There's a reason I gave up my 40-year fandom.
Dude,
It's
I don't
him.
blame you on that one, man.
I mean,
do
I
not
still
blame
give
you.
I will give you crap about that because how dare you?
I
But
won't.
also
I won't.
that franchise, I get it. I got
I probably
got
held
real
out
close to the
5
Raiders.
years too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like you build things as a kid and they just stick with you.
Yeah.
You know?
The days of Roger Staubach and Tony
Tom Landry.
Dorsett, Tom Landry, Tex Schramm,
I wish my coaches all wore suits.
and
I want-
fedoras.
I want all my
Awesome.
coaches wearing suits and fedoras.
Can I just say I just want the houndstooth hat to come back?
Sure, dude.
I
Bring it back.
it's something I have said for a long time, and I
Think
still
we
have
can
not
get
done it.
DeBoer to rock one there on the Bama sideline.
Oh, dude, I
That'd be
need.
so
There's
nice.
there's the
the
haberdashery.
plaid, the Nate Oates plaid
yeah.
jacket.
There's a haberdashery down the street here that I have wanted to go to for the longest time, and I don't think about it until I drive past it on like on the way to something. I'm like, oh, that's right. I just want to go in there and get like a really expensive dumb hat.
I have 3 nice Stetsons at home.
I have.
See, I don't think I can wear one. My head is a little smaller than most, and I think I look totally stupid.
I have a $300 bowler hat. It's fantastic.
I have a custom made Stetson that I won off somebody in a poker game. It gloriously it fits my enormous dome. because I wear a.
What's your fitted hat size?
This one's a little snug. It's a 7 5/8.
Oh yeah, I'm 7.5.
Yeah, I got no.
7.25.
Yeah. No, I vacillate between, and especially with my hair short, I can go 7 5/8. But I have 2 sets of hats. I have my 7 5/8 for my hat where my hair is shorter, and then I have my little bit longer hair. It has to be 7 3/4. Otherwise, it just like cuts off. Like when I had the hair down to my shoulders, I could wear nothing but snapbacks.
I miss your long hair. I miss your long hair.
Definitely not coming back.
Uncomfortable word of the week coming up here in about 10 minutes. So get your suggestions in the fan text line and the YouTube chat. You know, as we started this show, I've been kind of sharing my personal life and growth and learning how to do a daily show. And it's not just about sitting here and talking with you, friends, fans out there, you lovable people, or the opposite of you miscreants that I want to destroy. Daniel, that counts as you. Swag gets a free day today. Rust isn't here, so we'll lay it off him. It's just the routine that my life is going through. I've become a coffee drinker, as I have spoken multiple times. Was thinking about getting a second cup of coffee today, and then I told myself and Danny and Russ that I can't have 2 cups a day because it just jacks my system too much. So I was thinking about, maybe I should get a second cup of coffee. Danny instantly goes, coward. Coward. But
I'm on my second energy drink.
But what I've learned is one of my regular coffee spots is in downtown Vancouver. And I really enjoy them. The staff has become really friendly to me. They now know my name. They know my order. They love my reusable mug. We got a good little rapport going. And one day because I started to be like the new guy showing up all the time. So they get to know you. Like, so what do you do for a living?
They have to decide whether or not they're going to embrace you or not.
Exactly. They go, what do you do for a living? And I was like, oh, I'm in sports media. I do sports talk radio. They were like, wow, that's so cool. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah. Do you like sports? Absolutely not. And it kind of got me thinking, like, are baristas the furthest job away from me in the sense of what we do in our free times? Like, their schedule is getting up at 4 o'clock every day. And I don't necessarily mean sports media, because, like, the boys in the morning, like, they got to get up early, like those people do.
I would say the IT finance world.
But finance bros love fantasy football. So they might tune in to, like...
Finance bros do, but I think that's a very small sect of the finance world.
They're just the loud minority?
They are. Like, most finance folks, don't get me wrong, I know plenty of people in finance who like sports, but it's very... That or the liberal arts world.
Which is funny, because I have a degree in liberal arts.
I know.
Dude, I got made fun of. I got teased all the time when I was in college by my fellow theater folk. Because it's like, hey, can we hurry up? Like, there's like UCLA's in town. I'm trying to get to this basketball game tonight. They'd be like, why do you want to watch sports and go to the bar and chase girls? And then my friends who wanted to go to the bars and chase girls and watch sports were like, dude, why are you doing theater, man? That's so lame.
I had
just no friends anywhere.
Something that screwed up my freshman year, and I ended up getting an elective class that was like a theater production kind of a deal. And I was easily the only person in that entire room that had any idea about a sport. It was a good learning experience. I'll say that, but these people were so uniquely different. From me. I mean, every single person in there I had nothing in common with.
I think I have a very large affection for those kind of people. One of my baristas this morning, she asked me, what's today? What do you got going on today? And I was like, well, it's football. We got talking a lot of football today. Football's back. The first game was on yesterday. And she was like, football already? And I go, well, the game doesn't really matter. I just kind of say, well, it doesn't really. It's like a fake game. And she goes, oh, fake game. Well, I bet you the fake game's safer than the real game, right? And I just went, yeah, it is. And just kind of moved along, because the fact that she was interacting with me but clearly does not care whatsoever. Yes. They don't ask what radio station I'm on. They don't ask what time I'm on. They don't care. They're just being friendly. And it just kind of was trying. I was like, that's fake football. And she was like, well, good, because that real football is real dangerous. Kind of like, I'm sure somebody tore their ACL last night.
I see that world every day. My wife is heavily involved in that world, so it's always unique.
Yeah, my wife, my kids, I put on sports and they're like, why? It's like, I'm just destined to walk through life where nobody likes what I like.
God, I don't like that.
I even come into this world and I talk about sports, and people are like, man, that guy's dumb.
Yeah, it happens.
I got nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows.
No, it is interesting when you talk about like I'd say like the time that I see like quote unquote the normal person, but it's even a kind of a quasi sporting event. So when I go golfing, and I go play. Swag, do you when you golf, do you go solo?
Depends. Sometimes I have buddies that can join me, and other times I'll just hook up with whoever out there at Forest Hills.
I go out and play solo golf more often than not.
Yeah.
Now, I'll go play with the boys, probably twice a month, but because I live in Newburgh, it's a jog for anybody else to
Yeah.
get out there, and I've got Chehalem in my backyard, so it's like screw it, I'll just go play solos out there. And I have gone out there and not once I played out there. I want to say 14, 15 times this year. Not once have I not gotten into a group that was great. It's been so cool, but I have been every group I've been in has been so different. It has been like
I'm not getting that luck.
last night I played with two guys that are professors at George Fox. Great dudes, just talk about they work in the physician's assistants department, I believe, at the school. One of them I think actually runs it. The other one's the number 2, and just talking to them about like how they got into this and this, that, and the other. And yet, because we're playing a sport, they asked me what I do, and I was like, oh, I work on the radio. I'm like, oh yeah, one of them was like, I used to drive and listen to Isaac and Suk all the time, but he's like, he actually lives. So if you know where Salem Glen is, there's a neighborhood right there, and then there's a George Fox building right there. So there's a golf course that bisects where he lives,
Okay.
the neighborhood, and then where he works. It is 4 minutes away. He actually bought a big golf cart that he drives back and forth instead of driving.
That's
So
the setup.
I was like, that is living life right there, my friend. You just see some guy in a golf cart booking it across, like splitting the back 9, going to work every day. It's like, that has got to be life. But even though they're in a very different world, there's still that cross section with even golf. And they were sports fans beyond that, but like it's hard to find the I have nothing to do with sports person, even in like Portlandia weird. Like there's still always some string to pull on.
Oh, I find him. Maybe I'm just the magnet for him.
Yeah, you do kind of give up that vibe.
No, the theatrical community is there. I mean, they know it exists, but they're oblivious to
Well,
it.
and I think the stereotypes too of like jocks making fun of theater kids, so it's like built a built-in resentment of one side to the other side. It's kind of like Wazoo versus UW. Like we hate UW, and UW's like, why? We don't care about you at all. We hate the jocks. The jocks are like, why? What do you do? Go away.
Go make some cheese.
Go make some cheese. On the fan text line, Harris really knows how to bring everyone down on a beautiful Friday. What up? 10-1, baby. And that's why I like going to dive bars, hanging out with my class of people and people that are interested in the same stuff I am. That is really the place that I feel at home in.
It's the community.
It's the place I feel. My local haunt that I like to frequent. Nobody cares that I'm in sports radio, but we talk sports. Nobody thinks like, oh, he must know what he's talking about because he's on the radio.
Yeah, and that's never the case.
No. It's just that's why it's beautiful to find those places where you're.
I have this microphone, and you will listen.
Oh yeah. You don't have a choice. There, you can tell me to shut up. Yeah. All right, when we come back, it's everybody's favorite uncomfortable word of the week. I have no idea what it's going to be. Danny's in charge of this. We'll figure that out. Any last minute requests, send them on in on the text line, the YouTube chat. We'll do that next. That's Danny Marang. I'm Patrick Harris. 105.1 The Fan. Coming up in the 12 o'clock hour, we've got some update on Micah Parsons, some breaking news coming through on that. We'll get to that in the noon hour. Tell you what, we'll start there as it's timely. But this is the uncomfortable word of the week.
Doesn't have a huge load either.
So it just kind of depends on what we're doing around here. Daniel, what is the uncomfortable word of the week?
We got 2 finalists here.
2 finalists. You want to have swag choose?
Yeah, swag.
Since he's the unbiased.
Which one makes you more uncomfortable?
Okay.
Smear or lubricant?
Lubricant.
Yeah, I figured that was probably going to be it.
Yeah.
Lubricant.
Because you can go so many different ways with it. I think
Well, your brakes need appropriate lubricant
Mm.
to make sure you stop in
There
a
are
safe and timely manner.
industrial uses of that
Yep.
that word.
Industrial use of lube.
Context is everything.
and that's the thing is what is it like the word last week, the debut word last week was milk. Milk on its own is fine.
Yeah, but you get the benefit because I hate milk.
Well, I hate milk too.
So it's
Oh.
like I'm
You
already
guys lactose intolerant?
No, I just
hate
think
the
it's
taste.
gross.
I think it
Wow.
tastes disgusting. Are you a glass of milk guy?
No. I don't
Okay.
drink. But you
Jeff
know,
Russ said, I'm going to go
Jeff
home
Russ
and
is like, I'm gonna
have
up
a
to
tall
2
glass of
glasses
cold milk.
It was like, ugh.
you know. But if I drove the winning car at Indy 500, I'm down in that quart of milk.
Oof.
What would happen if I won the Indy 500 and asked for a quart of oat milk?
You would get laughed at.
I don't think so.
endlessly.
I don't think in the Midwest that's going to fly, my
No.
friend.
No, nut milk is not
You
working
get down
out
there,
for
you kiss those bricks, and you down that quart of milk in the glass jar.
What if I down that quart of milk in the glass jar and just vomit profusely
That's
all over
okay.
the
Yeah,
bricks?
that's probably what I would do because the taste and the texture, I tell you right now, it's not lubricating my throat.
No.
Damn.
I made a soft pause there, dude.
Damn.
I am told that I do not pause enough for stupid things that Danny says.
That one was that's my worst.
Hopefully
Yeah.
Rusty's listening somewhere.
Rust is somewhere going. He's doing the DiCaprio point at the camera right now, like oh. But no, lubricate, lube, like all. I think when we talk about the uncomfortable word of the week, it always has to be like, what is it about it that makes it uncomfortable?
Well, a lot of people find
Some of it is the sound.
Right?
lubricant.
Or like lube. Like if you're taking your car in for a lube job, it just, the sound.
the sophomoric.
Yes.
Yes, but it's also it's the phonetic sound of it. Lube.
There is also some negative connotations to lube in the bedroom. For some people feel that they shouldn't need to use it. If you catch my drift there.
Yeah.
That naturally you should be able to perform
Keep going.
in the best way possible
Keep going.
without needing a performance enhancing
PEDs in the bedroom.
situation.
Is that a PED?
It does enhance performance.
Like it's not full on HGH.
Like
but
if I'm a hype guy and I use cocaine, is that not the same thing?
I mean, there's
I mean, I'm now more hypey.
like if we're going to WADA, if we're going to the World Anti-Doping Agency of the bedroom, is lube a banned substance?
I don't think so.
Like is it on creatine level where like you look at it and you're like it probably should be, but also we're okay here.
Can you hear this?
The creaking, just need some. Oh yeah, you need some lube on that. Need some lube on that.
There we go.
Little WD-40 there.
I'm really worried that I might be hard on this microphone arm. I might be the one that moves it the most. I don't know why. I get all, me, I get like crawly in my chair, and so sometimes I gotta like
What was the word
move
you
forward.
used first there?
Crawly in my
No,
chair.
you used a different word first there.
What?
No.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I missed it.
Okay.
But I push this arm a lot. Sometimes with my mouth, I could do one of those because it's like in my way. Anybody got some
God.
WD-40 or what's going on around
gracious.
here?
I wonder how does that come across well?
Yes.
Like, okay.
It does?
Yeah, because it's always hard to tell in the
but
monitor.
When we all dropped out,
Yeah.
it was creepy.
Because it's loud as hell in here. Like that's what I'm wondering. It's like one of those things where
No,
it's like
I had it in my earphones.
we've got it. We've got Patrick F.
We lost P. Harris.
Yeah, he's gone to the full cough laugh at this point in time. And that is what this segment is supposed to do, is just go completely off the rails. But no, like lube as a word and making uncomfortable, it's not like the one that everybody goes to, and we'll always come back to this, is moist. Like
I don't find moist that offensive. I never have.
But a lot of people do. Lube is it's adjacent to moist, isn't it?
Lube is adjacent to moist? No, because I think like morning dew is moist. Morning dew is not lubricated.
I don't know. Your grass is probably lubricated to that.
No, because it's water. I think lube and lubrication insinuates things that aren't water.
Yeah,
like a thicker substance to create a smoother entrance and exit of the facility.
I tell you right now, the water not great for that always.
No, actually, water is a deterrent.
It's the hot tubs, pools, showers.
Massively overrated. Massively overrated because
Yeah.
it's not easy.
No, a lot of sloshing around.
You need a lubricant in
Yeah.
there because, funny enough, water will naturally dry things out.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And that is a deterrent
Which is why
when you're trying to use the brakes in your car.
shout out to Anthony Simons. Water is not wet. Whatever water gets on is wet.
Now, that is true. That is true.
Mm.
Water is water.
Mm.
It is not wet.
And it's definitely not scientifically lube either.
No, it's not.
It's mildly problematic for that particular case.
Some things you can use.
It goes the opposite way. You get rust.
Yes, some things you can use water for as a lubricant, but it doesn't always. It's not sustainable.
It's like slip and slides. Sure, the water helps, but you want to add the soap.
Yes, and eventually the water will stop lubricating. Like it has a shelf life.
There you go.
It's going to evaporate. It is going to evaporate a lot quicker than any other form of lubricant. There's natural lubricants. There are manufactured lubricants. I know, dude. It's Friday, man. What do you want? It's Friday. It's not a real word, dude. You don't have to look it up.
I'm just want to see if anybody has ever.
Let me help you with that. No.
There's vaporize. I think
Yeah.
that's what I was.
Vaporize and evaporate.
Yeah.
And it actually
Evaporize.
says, while sometimes used, it's not the preferred or correct term. So you didn't just make a word up entirely.
There's a lot of Coug graduates in the world.
What's up, man? We didn't get into UW, so we went to Wazoo.
Dude,
Hey, I went to UPS, Harvard of the West. So
Dude,
you guys
UPS is a
can
nice school. I
settle
love that
down.
cancer. I love that cancer. I love that campus. I meant to say campus. Guys, I hate everybody. I really hate everybody. God, I hate this show. Exactly. This is my favorite drop.
Oh, God.
Gosh. I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh,
I
man.
don't want to be here anymore.
Wow, I'm usually the one that alienates people. You just alienated an entire university. I don't want that cancer.
Can I get a human resources rep in here,
Yeah.
please?
You don't want that in here right now.
An adult, maybe?
Yeah, no, we definitely don't want that right now for talking about lube. Just no. There's no amount of lube that's going to let you wriggle out of this one either. You just vaporized an entire university.
On the fan text line, you might have to lube the back door if it's squeaky. Spit is the best lubricant.
Mhm.
Zesty. Jiffy Lube, man. The catcher in Major League 2, his nickname is Rube.
Yeah, it's Rube.
Yeah.
Rube.
Yeah.
Rube, not lube.
not
It's
lube.
Rube.
No, Rube.
Thought I'd throw that out
Yeah.
there. Guys, I'm struggling today.
I'm loving this segment just because of how much like you need like one of those cat poles for you to climb.
Yeah.
For
Dude,
this
they got the
segment.
little house up
You,
top.
you can just go hide in.
Just go hide in. the little window of the house, and because I have one of those in my bedroom for little Ray Ray. When she gets in it, she likes to look out and see us. I want that like facing the wall, so like I can get in and then I just stare at a wall and don't have to look at you idiots.
Oh,
Not swag. It's all the love to swag.
easy evaporize cancer.
Yeah, evaporize cancer. That's the new name of the show. That's the new name of the show. All right. That is Uncomfortable Word of the Week. We do it every single Friday, unfortunately.
And it's
at
been working
11:15.
great for 2 weeks.
Yeah, Danny's excited. All right. The firm of Marang with a little bit of Harris. That's what will change this show. When we come back right behind me, we're in day 2 of the Ocho. I'm going to read through the list of things. What are the events you are the most excited about? We'll get to that next. But first, Jason Swigard filling in with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Terry McLaurin's contract impasse with the Washington Commanders had him formally requesting a trade. Micah Parsons would like to say, hold my beer. He just put out a statement on social media saying he's done. Thanks for the memories, Dallas. I want out of here, as his contract impasse with Jera and the Cowboys has apparently reached irreconcilable differences. Mariners are looking to double up on the Rangers after a 6-0 shutout in the return game for one Eugenio Suarez. He had a double and a run scored. Cal Raleigh hit his 42nd home run to lead the major leagues. 7:10 first pitch tonight on Root Sports. PGA Tour whittling it down to the top 70 in the FedEx Cup points chase. The playoffs start next week. Mac Meissner, Sung J M right now your leaders in the clubhouse in round 2 of the Wyndham Championship. Your first-round leader, Joel Damon, on the course, even through 2 holes. He's 9 under, 3 shots back. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigard for the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of prime time.
Web Gems coming up here in about 15 minutes. In the second hour, we'll dive into some breaking news and also look at Super Bowl favorites that we don't think will win the Super Bowl, plus closing arguments as we do every single day at 12:45. The Ocho's back. Everybody's favorite time, although it freaks me out when they don't do the Ocho on August 8th, which makes me think August 8th was not a great day, so they wanted this for the whole weekend. I'm with you, Danny. You mentioned this. It's kind of crazy that they were able to pull the rights of the phrase the Ocho. I guess everything has a dollar value.
It's fantastic. I mean, look, I've told the story before. Vince Vaughn came out before Dodgeball was released in the theaters as part of like a USO tour thing, and I was on his led his security detail out there in Afghanistan, and he was awesome, absolutely awesome. Just signed every autograph, took every picture, did not leave until everybody else left the building. Like
Wonderful.
I will never, unless he does something,
Illegal.
atrocious. I will always, Vince Vaughn will always be at the top for me, because it is not an easy thing to go into a war-torn area onto a military installation in the middle of a conflict
with a bunch of lubeless dudes. Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Swag just shaking his head like, oh my God.
I know. We have an adult in the room today. We have to be careful.
But he was so awesome. And the movie was hilarious.
Movie's great.
And the line, the ESPN, the Ocho, every last bit of that, Ouchtown, Population U was just a banger of a line. There was so much fun. It was so stupid and how much they played up into it. ESPN has gotten so many things wrong. But the fact that they were like, you know what? There's something there. We should do that. And then you clued me in today. Today's the day. Today's ESPN 8.
Started yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like a big part of it. And I don't care about cornhole. It's on right now because I'm like, you know what? Let's turn it on and get weird.
Oh yeah, that was my mistake. I was looking at these times and I forget that they're always in Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on the West Coast my entire life and I still always forget they're Eastern. The Ocho returns for its 9th year of delivering the quirkiest, most unconventional sports action to ESPN's family of networks and digital platforms. For 4 days, the Ocho will broadcast more than 65 hours of events, including 30 never-before-seen competitions across all of their channels. Some for funsies here. Well, Red Bull Flug Tag, Cincinnati.
Flugtag. It's where they try to make flying machines off of a big dock, elevated dock.
Oh, is this like the Red Bull thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've seen that. That's really fun.
That's fun. It's a cool little thing.
Ludwig Streamer Games. Not sure what that is.
Probably video games.
The 2025 Blackbird Cup, the Alberta Pro Roller Hockey League.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
National Putting Tour American Dreams Super Roll of Putting.
So is that like putt-putt golf?
I bet you it's more like golf putting, but I would watch tournaments of putt-putt
Well, I mean,
golf.
the Tiger League, they've got that green that shifts.
Yes.
That thing's pretty cool. I wonder if it's one of those.
Go to that place and hang out for a day.
Yeah, that'd be a fun trip.
We got animals in here. Goat racing championships.
Sure.
You had the dog surfing.
There was World Dog Surfing Championships, best waves.
You put a bulldog on a surfboard or a skateboard, I'm in. I'm in, man.
If you're ever curious what Emerald Downs does when it's not Triple Crown season, that would be the 2025 Corgi races.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know this?
Yeah, I've heard about that one.
All right.
Swag said that a little too enthusiastic. Like, maybe he's put a few bones down on some Corgi races.
Yeah, baby.
Emerald Downs is a great day. I remember when I was going to school at UPS when they closed Long Acres. And so I was still up there when they
cancer of a school.
When they built.
Stop it. Stop it.
It's in Tacoma, so
tack down.
We've heard worse.
Tack down.
But no, I was living up there when they built and opened Emerald Downs. It's gorgeous.
Never stopped by.
It's a little off the beaten path.
Yeah.
But definitely worth a great day if you're just with your buddies and you want to hang out, be outside. Gorgeous day. Love the ponies.
Do they get many gorgeous days up there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Every time I've ever been in Seattle Tacoma region, with the exception of going to baseball games, it's always been like basketball related, and the weather's just the worst version of us.
No,
it's never nice when I go up there. Outside of baseball games.
Great there in the summer.
Roof ball? Is that where you like when we were kids and you throw the ball on the roof and it rolls down and you try to catch it?
You do not know.
I do not know.
I don't know roof ball.
Roof ball was invented by Adam Willis.
Oh, Oh, yes. I remember him telling me about this.
It went super viral
Yes.
during COVID, and now it is a thing. Adam Willis is the creator of Roofball.
No, he's the creator of this being a professional sport
Yes.
because I played this game as a kid. A sport where players throw a ball onto the roof and aim for it to roll down a specific way. Hell yeah.
It is great. Like Adam used to try to get everybody to come out at the barbecue every year and do this, and he put it up on YouTube. I want to say this is like 12, 15 years ago, and it somehow caught fire during COVID and went nuts.
The Golden Tee Golf World Championships.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little that's a little video games
There you go.
meets
school.
meets old school.
Yep.
The Wisconsin Auctioneers Championships that we missed this morning.
Oh, there was a there was
Exactly.
$1.
there was a senator or a House committee member or something like that that filibustered somebody earlier this year. He was a retired auctioneer from
Yeah.
Texas or Arkansas. And it was, I don't care who you are, what political affiliation you are, that is the best filibuster I've ever heard in my
I'll go
entire
see-
life.
I'll check out some C-SPAN for that.
Dude, he filibustered, I want to say it was like 4 minutes. And I was just, he just went. And I was like, this is amazing. This is where our country is at. He just started at like, I want to say he started at $1 and then worked his way up. And it was unreal.
Speaking of this is where our country's at, the USA Mullet Championship.
I mean, we're winning gold in that every year if that's a global competition.
Major League Paintball, I would watch that. I'm not a gun person, but I think that would be fun.
You know who's a big paintball guy in sports or was?
Huh.
You will never guess.
Rafi from the league? Gattaca!
No,
I don't think he knows what that means.
Tim Duncan. Tim
Oh,
Duncan
really?
was a huge, huge paintball guy, which is hilarious because he's 7 foot tall. But Steven Jackson has told this story on his podcast. He's like, yeah, Timmy went with guys told us not to go with Timmy because he takes it too seriously. But he's like, we get there and Timmy's got like the fully automatic, all the gear, all this stuff, and we're out there in t-shirt and jeans, and they were playing capture the flag, and I can't remember who he said it was. Like, tried to go up and go get the flag. Like, he got lit up like he was running off the block. It was so bad. It was like, all right, yeah, I could get in some paintball.
Coming up at 3 o'clock today, skip your primetime appointment because it's 2025 Slippery Stairs on ESPN2.
Lot of lube. Lot
A
of lube.
lot of lube on those stairs. Primetime, not the show, but primetime Ocho is the National Dodgeball League Championship. That obviously on a Friday night at 5 o'clock. That's where you got to go. The Papa Shot is tonight as well.
Ooh, fan text line. I was up at 5 this morning watching the Bubble Gum Bubble Largest Bubble Challenge.
There you go.
on the
Yeah,
Ocho.
I saw that one.
Great.
Something at 6 a.m. or 3 a.m. our time tomorrow is the Foot Golf World Cup. Is this like you play golf by kicking the
A
ball?
little foot wedge action.
Yeah.
I
No,
know-
they do it on regular golf courses, and yeah.
I know some guys have got a pretty good foot wedge.
The, Merriweather out in Hillsboro
Mm.
had a foot golf course for a while. I don't know if it's still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you just yeah.
I want-
if you got dog legs, you got to bend it like Beckham around the dog
I was
leg.
saying,
and-
I want to get. You're seeing like the soccer like skills challenge people, like they're like the Harlem
Yeah.
Globetrotters of soccer, like the
Oh
things-
yeah, that stuff's insane.
the stuff that they can do with that ball is absolutely nuts. I want to see that, but with a golf ball. I'm like, you want to impress me? Do it with a ball that's significantly smaller and not nearly as bouncy.
Table hockey championships.
There you go.
Savannah Bananas are on 2 nights in a row.
I mean, that might be the best show in sports in the summertime.
Tomorrow at
it
6:30,
is
they
right
have
now.
Coffin Wars Grapple to the Grave.
Excuse me.
We killing people on live TV?
He's gonna rot in hell for what he did here tonight.
What
mean,
else
if-
we got?
Or
Is it-
goth. I guess goth people need a sport.
I mean, is
Goth.
ESPN
Goth.
going full like snuff film? Is that what's going on here?
Ooh, at 5 a.m. on Sunday, which will be 2 a.m. our time, the 2025 Ultimate Ninja World Series Finals.
Those people are
I
freaks.
love Ultimate. I love Ninja Warrior a lot.
I mean, I can, everybody has the Office clip of parkour, but like if you actually see
Parkour.
the actual parkour people, man,
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
it's also very funny. As long as they're okay when they bite it hard.
At 3 a.m. on Sunday morning will be the Microsoft Excel World
Oh, buddy.
Championship Finals.
Buddy, guys that do not use a mouse. Everything is in the keyboard.
I am Excel illiterate.
So my former career path,
3 a.m. on Sunday.
I am very good in Excel, and I have actually seen some of these before. These people are just it it's anytime somebody's so good at something, it's always fun to watch, no matter what it is. And watching people like take a table or just data and turn it into something just completely different. It's like, how the hell did you do that? If you're somebody's like even mildly familiar with Excel, it's very dumb, but you will find yourself going down that rabbit hole of like, what just happened?
Finishing up on Sunday, apropos, will be the men's and women's U.S. Open Ultimate Championship. I imagine Ultimate Frisbee is probably the most mainstream of all these. Some frothing, some disc golfing.
That'll bring back some
Ultimate
memories
Frisbee.
of PE in junior high school.
There you
right
go.
We
there.
got an ultimate disc course right on the corner.
Well, I
in
think
Newburgh.
this is Ultimate
This
Frisbee.
is Ultimate Frisbee. This is on the football field.
But I wish
yeah.
there was some frothing on there.
Yeah.
I would watch some professional frothing. All right, when we come back, it is Web Gems, everybody's favorite. Dude, why you got to be such a jerk? Maybe you shouldn't tell people. Maybe someone shouldn't throw stones in glass houses. We'll do that next. This is The Firm of Harrison Marang on 105.1 The Fan.
I've interrupted happy time.
Sometimes it's bad.
No, son of a...
It's Web Gems,
What'd you do?
the firm of Harris and Marang on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080 The Fan.
Freaks in the spreadsheets. I'm into that. That's like a good bar trivia name. You know, shout out to all the nerds out there, you know. Guilty as charged, not trashing. I love bar trivia and I'm a nerd. Freaks in the spreadsheets. That's pretty good.
Mhm.
That came on the text line 503-864-6326.
Just the Excel Masters right there.
Yeah. Man, I hate Excel.
It was. I mean, I learned how to do not only Excel but a lot of coding too, in that past life. And Excel was always the easiest of all of them.
I don't know what it is. I
There are people make an obscene amount of money teaching people how to be good at Excel.
yeah, there's so many times when I see like job postings that are like must be affluent in Excel, and I'm like, I'll watch YouTube clips. Yeah, I'm good at that. I'll figure this
A lot.
out.
I mean, a lot of those jobs now they'll make you take a test.
That is true. Will they?
Oh yeah, for
Oh.
those. Yeah, the number
Do I
of
get to
contracts.
take the test at home?
I don't know. I think I had to do them all in house when I went in for interviews. I think I had to do them there. Yeah.
If I don't have to do them in there, I'm gonna fake it till I make it.
Yeah, no, because I had to do that a couple different times for a couple different contracts.
We got a couple things in the news that I want to get to for Web Gems here, and they involve Thomas Brady the 12th. T12 famously was talking about Scotty Scheffler shortly after his Open Championship win. Scheffler was talking about his success in the sport is not a fulfilling life without his wife and his son. And then Brady questioned that, saying Scotty said he'd rather be a better father and a husband than a good golfer. And my question is, why are those mutually exclusive? Sure, they're different blocks on the pyramid, but they're part of the same pyramid. They're connected. For instance, I think part of being a great father is being a great example of doing what it takes to take care of your family. I choose to do it by playing football. Hey, man, how many wives are you on? How many kids with different moms you got? Are you kind of becoming one of the more insufferable people? I think Tom Brady's got to walk this back a little bit. But oh no, he didn't walk it back. He questions the attitude of one of the greatest English football players of all time in Wayne Rooney, questioning his work ethic, calling him sometimes lazy and entitled.
Well, it's believable.
Maybe, but like, has Tom's ego gotten to the point now where it is so big
Before you finish it, yes.
that I am so excused from any sort of criticism?
It's Michael Jordan. It's why can't you be me? Like he's the GOAT.
But-
That's all it comes from. And
But
like,
some of
those
us
guys
don't
are-
want to be Tom Brady.
But that's why it was like, you know, every time somebody says, well, the player said this, and I'm like, all right, like, sure. But also a lot of those players that are great at whatever it is they were, or whatever it is, don't understand it. They're just great at it. Like totally different, but it's same kind of lane. Charles Barkley did an interview a couple weeks ago, and he was
I
talking.
thought you were talking about Matt Barkley.
No, definitely not. But he did an interview today where he talked about how out of touch he is financially.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty endearing of like, you know, because he was talking about the TNT people, you know, and
admitting when you're bad at it.
Yeah, and he's like, you know, you get so close to people, like the people that you work with that you genuinely care about. And I realized that, you know, when people are talking about, you know, worrying about their mortgage and this, that, and the other, and it's like, I realized I haven't had to worry about that for 50 years. And it's like you become out of touch with it. You just don't have any idea. And I think that's true of literally anything and everything, that when you do something long enough at such a level that allows you some level of, or like not some level, like the greatest level of success, whether it's financially, whether it's romantically, whether it's in sports, or whether it's in your career, like whatever it is, it becomes like, oh, you just didn't grind. You're not working hard enough. That's like, it's like the whole idea that I've kind of gone into this a little bit.
You don't like the grind.
Well, no.
That's such a brutal thing to say to somebody.
But it's like this whole idea, you know, we were probably the last generation that was raised like you could, if you try hard enough, you can be anything that you want to be.
100% sold to us every single day, college, the whole nine yards.
It's not true. You have to have something. There's something has to be there in order for you to be. I could have spent my entire first 16 years of my life dribbling a basketball and taking shots and like doing the things that you need to do. It's not going to give me the NBA.
I'm not going to be a receiver across the middle.
No, it's not going to happen. You have to have the things that make it possible.
I can't be a 5'6" point guard. I thought I was going to be.
And
a
the
point
people
guard.
that do have those tools are like, well, why don't you just do this? It's like, no, that's not how it works. And with Brady, it's just like, come on, man. Like, you should not be giving relationship advice, having knocked up one woman who you don't even really publicly recognize the kid, having divorced another family and separated from those kids,
and you kiss your kids on the lips.
That's another whole nother discussion. But it's just like, come on, just don't.
I think it's interesting. We'll get out of this because we're starting to get up against it. I think the thing that intrigues me about him in this situation is there was a chance for Tom to go one of two directions. While he was a player, very buttoned up, very professional, the Belichick way, the Patriot way, the Brady way, whatever you want to say. Like, he had a consummate professional thing on him, good-looking dude, get himself involved in politics a little bit, but tried to stay away from it. Football. I thought there was a chance for him in retirement to kind of move to that phrase of, am I going to be the Peyton Manning jokey? Like, let's have fun and, like being an announcer on TV and stepping into admin roles in front offices and stuff and kind of revamping that, not revamping the image, but softening the hardness, rigidness of his image. And I feel like he's decided to go full heel the other direction. Now, we support heels on this show, especially with SummerSlam coming up this weekend. Shout out to those who celebrate. I think there's one thing about being a heel, and in this situation, I think you're kind of just being a jerk.
Yeah, there's two different things.
You're kind of just being high and mighty. And I thought there's something about athletes when they retire. I don't care how serious you take it and how professional and how maniacal you are. I use Kobe Bryant as an example all the time. I was so excited for post-basketball Kobe because he was starting to soften up a little bit, but was very intelligent and had very insightful things to say. And I guess I just want all my athletes to be that way, and maybe I can't have that because clearly Tom's not going that direction.
No.
And I find that unfortunate. When we come back, it's third hour here to wrap it up. We have some breaking news in the NFL. We'll dive into that. Plus Super Bowl teams that should win the Super Bowl, that won't win the Super Bowl. A little flip-flop from yesterday. Plus why cocaine is a hell of a drug. We'll do that all next in the third hour of The Firm of Harris and Marang on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, in the battle for the most disgruntled NFL player, Micah Parsons has grabbed the lead after Terry McLaurin declared he wanted a trade yesterday out of Washington. Parsons says he can't take it anymore. The disrespect and the misrepresentation in the media from Jared Jones, who will not give his agent the time of day. He has formally submitted his request to be traded from the Dallas Cowboys. Seattle Mariners hoping for an encore from last night's 6-0 shutout in the return of Eugenio Suarez to the team. Home runs from Cole Young and Cal Raleigh, who leads the majors with 42. 6-0 shutout of the Rangers. Game 2 coming up today, 7:10 on Root Sports. Couple of games already in action this afternoon. Reds trying to beat the Braves again. In fact, they have. It's gone final 3-2 there. Day game at Wrigley. Cubs with an early 1-0 lead over the Orioles in the top of the 4th inning. Last chance for PGA Tour players to get inside the top 70 of the FedEx Cup points list to make the playoffs. It is round 2 of the Wyndham Championships in Greensboro, North Carolina. Cameron Young, Sungjae Im, Mac Meissner atop the leaderboard at 12 under. One shot clear of Max Hubbard, Aaron Rye. First round leader Joel Damon 1 over through 4 today at 8 under par. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigard from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with #51 and 1080, The Fan.
Coming up next, we had a little fun yesterday talking about playoff teams that have no shot to win the Super Bowl. But what about Super Bowl contenders that you feel have no shot to win the Super Bowl? We'll do that in about 15 minutes. Maybe we'll get to some Kenny Dillingham situations there. Plus, we'll have closing arguments at 12:45. But we'll start right here with the breaking news out of the NFL that we kind of almost talked about this. We had some people on the fan text line, 503-864-6326, say this about how, like, just walk, dude. Just get out of there. And it has come across the line. I think, Danny, you found this, that Micah Parsons requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys and sent his request to Stephen Jones in person.
Yeah, Micah Parsons put the Notes app up on Twitter, and it's a couple pages long. And basically, he just puts the Cowboys in a blender, airs out all the dirty laundry. Like, hey, man, we were trying to get a negotiation done last year, when I was the best defensive player in football, and there was nothing. And then, I did have a discussion with Jerry Jones, and I told him, like, hey, this is all great and good, but you need to talk to my agent. They have not talked to David Mulugeta, who is his agent, probably the most powerful agent in the NFL right now. He gets the biggest deals done. He is the power broker now. He is the Rosenhaus of this generation. And there's been no back and forth. There's been no engagement. And it's like, finally, Micah said, I don't want to be here. And the last line of his Notes app reads,
I don't want to be here either, bro.
I'll read the last paragraph. Still, I stayed quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all the narratives, I've made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. I don't think that means he sent in the paperwork of I want to trade. I think he went to Stephen Jones, went to the Cowboys facility
down the hall,
and said, I'm out, dog.
Here's the thing, though. Back to our conversation we had in the first hour, though, about players caving. Do you really see Jerry Jones trading Micah Parsons?
Well, immediately Diana Rossini said sources say that the Cowboys are entertaining no trading.
No.
Like, Swag, you know the Cowboys. You and Joe Fish know the Cowboys better than anyone around here. There's
Right.
no way he trades him. Even like a Herschel Walker deal, I don't think gets Micah Parsons out of the building.
No, but I don't know how he gets this back.
How Jerry gets
Because
it back,
this is no
or how
longer
Micah
about
gets
money.
it back.
This is personal now.
Yeah.
How who gets it back, Jerry or Micah,
Jerry
or
and
both?
Stephen Jones. Mike is, as far as I can tell, Mike is out.
Yeah,
So
this
he
is not
will,
read
he
like
will
the
hold out. He will come back. I don't know if it's week 9 or 10 or whenever you have to come back to
get your salary.
get your service.
Yeah.
Well, it's I don't think he cares about necessarily the money. It's the service
The years of-
time,
years of
so
service,
that
yeah.
his contract counts for next year and he can become a free agent.
And Adam Schefter and others have all tweeted out this. You know, the Raiders went through this with Khalil Mack. It didn't get quite as blustery or as nasty as this did. And the Raiders ultimately obviously traded Khalil Mack to the Bears. And they're using that as like a compensation package. If you remember that trade, when Khalil went to the Bears, the Raiders received a 2019 first, which turned into Josh Jacobs. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Another first-round pick, which turned into Damon Arnett, which did not turn out well. A sixth-round pick, which was traded, and then a third-round pick that was wide receiver Brian Edwards. In return, the Bears received Khalil Mack, a second-round pick, which turned into Cole Kmet, pretty damn good, and then a seventh-round pick for an offensive tackle named Arlington.
Not
Hambright.
gonna work here anymore.
Yeah. But like again, that's a lot of capital going back and forth. But also, Khalil was 2 years older.
I also have to imagine Micah Parsons gets a lot more than that.
I don't know if it's a lot. Dude, Khalil Mack in his prime was.
Oh, I agree.
this.
I
Like,
agree. But Micah Parsons is, maybe. What's the best way to put this? Maybe Micah Parsons is not the best defensive player in the NFL, but he is the most flashy, the most notarized in the NFL right now.
Khalil Mack was a defensive player of the year.
I understand that.
But as I'm saying, like I don't think you're getting
But this
that much more. But also, this is a massive return.
But this is where I'll clap back where the star does matter. Is the star on Micah Parsons has made Micah Parsons bigger than Khalil Mack.
Yeah, and again, he's 2 years younger. But I don't think
He's
you're
2 years younger, and
that's the part.
I think Micah needs to get into the right defensive scheme because he's not
as big
large.
as Khalil.
So
yeah.
if your middle linebackers or if your linebackers are expected to stuff the run, then he may not necessarily be the guy. But if you want him out there, let him free roll and get after quarterbacks.
havoc.
Yeah.
There's very few that are better at it
Yes.
than he is, especially coming on the backs. He'll track down somebody from the backside, like
he's
a running back.
he's a freak athlete.
It's amazing, and so, but I don't think there's any coming back. If he plays for the Cowboys this year, it will be at the very last minute, simply to get his time served for the year, and
Yeah.
he's walking, and that's it. And so now the question becomes, and that's why he went to Stephen Jones. He didn't go to Jerry. He went to Stephen Jones. He said, nope, you guys blew your shot. I'm done with this garbage.
Talk to the rational person in the room.
Well, also to make sure that, and the other problem now is if the Cowboys come out and try to claim that they've reached out to the agent,
Oh, we know Mulugeta will torch the earth. We know how he operates.
they better be able to document it,
Yeah.
just not say it.
I-
They'll get eviscerated.
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, because I've like quit jobs or I've like come home being like, I'm quitting that job tomorrow.
Mhm.
What's Micah feel like right now?
Probably
His
not.
adrenaline is probably
Well,
through the roof.
He's probably like
He's left the facility. He's not at practice anymore.
He's not just pissed. He's probably hurt.
Yeah.
Like that's what Swag said. The personal part of this, like T. Higgins, and Terry McLaurin, like whoever, all the guys, Trey Hendrickson. I don't think it.
The
crossed,
Bengals, you have to do that to because they're notoriously cheap and
Yes.
they don't want to spend cash. They're not cash rich,
Yeah.
which is part of the problem in guaranteeing contracts because you have to put it up in an escrow if you don't pay them up front.
So that part of it is always.
That's part of
Yeah.
how you have to deal with the Bengals.
And even then, like Trey he's trying to like, all right, dude, I'll come back. Like he's trying. Like, it's not personal. Like that's the thing is like we talked about this the other day. On the media side of things, negotiating contracts. It's not show business. It's not show friends. It's show business. Like even if you have those relationships and they're close and all those kind of things, that's why you have an agent so that it doesn't get personal because the agent is there to advocate on your behalf, good, bad, or otherwise, whatever the other side of the room says, because that's the business side of this. But Jerry has done so much in public. Whether what if he gets hit by a car and
Michael.
calling him Michael, and it's just like, oh my God, and it's just all the stupid things. I want him to be here. I don't want him to be here, and it's just like it gets to a point where Mike has clearly had enough, and then you start to wonder, okay, and yes, you're sitting here saying the Cowboys could never trade him. I think you have to at this point.
Well, I think you have to too. I just don't think Jerry will. It's like I was just thinking in my head, what if this is actually the moment
that breaks Jerry?
That breaks Jerry, that teaches him a lesson, that teaches him like, hey man, your curmudgeon old man ways aren't going to work.
Irsay used to be like this.
He did used to be that way.
I mean, he had the one with the running back. I'm totally blanking on his name right now.
Edge?
No.
Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, Taylor. Remember, he brought up the whole what if he gets hit by the car thing.
Yeah.
Crazy old owners and getting hit by cars. It's like
crazy old white people convincing me not to pay young black kids. Shocking.
But it's also like you hear other people talk about Irsay, and like after he passed, like he battled his demons, all those kind of things. But he they liked him, they rode for him, they loved him, all those kind of things. Like, but Jerry, man, like it feels like I dealt with this with the Raiders. Al at the end, he was gone, and it was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, Jerry's so far down that path. I don't know if there is a redemption there. I don't know if he can learn. But I think Micah might legitimately be so pissed he's never playing for that team again.
Well, one thing to keep in mind here on the fan text line, 503-864-6326. If you trade for him, you have to re-sign him, which is going to be an enormous cap number, and you only get 1 year on the current number. That impacts the trade value from both sides, as if it costs a couple number ones, it also costs the ability to re-sign other players or sign free agents. 2 firsts is probably about right. I agree. I mean, yeah, it completely changes everything, but I think there are some teams that are in such a win now mode that they'd be easily willing to do that. 2 firsts and sign him to a long-term fat deal. Hell, what if Micah trolls the Cowboys and takes even a little bit of less money just to stick it?
I would laugh.
I think everybody would. And that might be what breaks Jerry.
I think
that might be what breaks Jerry.
You want to know what the most crippling thing is let's say he doesn't get traded and he does the minimum service thing and he comes in week 9, week 10, whatever that is, and then in the offseason he signs a discount deal with the Eagles and the Commanders.
Yeah, dude.
Goes to your rival and just terrorizes you for the next 6 years.
Dude, jumps on that Eagles defense? Ooh, nasty.
Just
nasty.
Pure filth. Pure filth.
Twice a year
in your building once a year.
Twice a year. He convinces the guys to throw the game at the end of the year so the Cowboys get the 5th seed instead of the 6th seed and then go on the road to Philly instead of on the road to like Green Bay.
Yeah.
He's like, no, guys, we want to lose this game. Trust me.
Hi, boys. I'm back.
But home field advantage is at stake. No. We're going to lose this.
I need this.
Oh, boy. Good luck, Jerry. Good luck, brother. All right, something completely not related to the Cowboys in any way, shape, or form. That would be Super Bowl contenders. Super Bowl contenders that we don't think will win a Super Bowl this year. We'll do that next. That's Danny Marang. I'm Patrick Harris. Swag filling in on the ones and twos. The Firm on 105.1 The Fan.
1080 AM.
Current and former Cowboy players clapping back in support of Micah Parsons. This is going to get ugly over the weekend. So buckle up. Enjoy. If you're a Cowboy fan, RIP. RIP. But let's talk about things that aren't related to the Cowboys. I don't want to tap the sign. That was relevant, so I won't tap the sign. But teams that are Super Bowl favorites, there's probably 4 or 5 every year, maybe 6, that you don't think have an actual shot. I'd love to hear what you guys think too. 503-864-6326 or the YouTube chat. Let's just go this for documentation reasons. We've got the Buffalo Bills. We've got the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I've got the this is the Oregon Lottery DraftKings up right now. Bills, Ravens, your favorites at plus 600. Eagles plus 700, Chiefs plus 850, and the Lions plus 1100. Then it falls off a bit to the Commanders at plus 1800.
Okay, great. So we'll say Lions, Chiefs, Eagles, Ravens, Bills.
Okay.
Those 5 teams.
Yes.
Who of them do you feel most confident will not get this done?
It's somebody said it on the text line. I can't believe I feel this way, but it's the Ravens. Because
I was hoping you weren't going to say that because that's what I think too.
Lamar is so good. Harbaugh is such a great coach. They've got great coordinators. Their defense, for some reason last year, you look at every single level and there's a dude, an absolute dude, whether it's Roquan Smith or Marlon Humphrey. Like, you just kind of go down the list. You're just like, there are so many dudes. Why does this defense suck?
They've got that's their identity too. You know, you kind of just assume.
You just want to give them that credence, right? And then Mark Andrews does not deserve all of the blame, but maybe not the best, but
it's a tough spot.
Certainly one of the best hands in the game at that position to drop the ball there. You know, Lamar did some show podcast and he talked about it, like, you know, moving past it. It's like, what do you mean moving past it? Kind of a deal. It's like, it kills us every day. And I'm sure.
How am I supposed to move past this?
Yeah, and it's like, but it's like, they have this thing. They are the AFC version of the 49ers. And it's kind of interesting because it's, you know, it's Harbaugh and Harbaugh. But like, as good as they are, they always find a way to grab that revolver out of the belt and squeeze one off into their foot.
Yeah, I think.
And it's just, it's not personnel. It's not coaching. It's just something there. And I think you can say the same thing about the Bills because, you know, 4 straight Super Bowls at a loss and, you know, 13 seconds with Mahomes and the Chiefs. But there's something about the Ravens, as good as they are, that the gears all seem to match, and yet they don't have the lube.
Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Bunch of dry gears rubbing together.
Well done. Yeah, I agree. But I'm glad that you followed up at the end because I think that's exactly what it is there's no reason why they should.
No.
Like, I'm going to pick another team just for contrarian aspects. And I do believe this. I'm going to pick another team for completely different reasons. But you're right. There is no reason why they shouldn't win a Super Bowl. But there's just something about, I haven't seen it.
Something lingers.
You have an issue, whether it's a Mahomes issue or a playoff issue or a Lamar issue in the playoffs.
That was an issue. And now it's not. So it's like, you're marking.
But is it not?
You're marking
I don't
all
know
the things,
that.
and you're like, but why do I not trust this?
I think of that list, the easiest one for me is the team down at the bottom, and that's the Detroit Lions. And my biggest is attrition.
Yeah.
Is you get this close in an NFC championship game that you should have done.
Yes.
Now, things happen. You know, the Niners had been building and kind of had a culture to be able to come back in that game, and the Lions did not. But you're that close. So losing that game, sorry, I had like a hair in my mouth.
I was wondering, like, what's going on over there?
Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth.
Just start licking his fingers. I'm like, what's going on over here?
That you get that close and you don't quite get there, I completely understand that. That's a young team. That's the Commanders last year. That's going to be somebody this year who sneaks into the playoffs. The Broncos, for example, last year. Get to the playoffs for the first time in a while with a rookie quarterback and get boat raced.
It's a fun little story.
You just weren't ready.
Yeah.
It was a fun little story. You just weren't ready. Detroit, on the other hand, brand new coordinators. Attrition is just like losing Aiden Hutchinson last year. One guy, and you were like,
But then they lost.
That's
They lost like 3 pass rushers by the end of the season. You're like, oof.
And look,
Well,
and look,
they had
spring
no secondary.
And look, spring hasn't been great to them either. You know, I mean, I don't want to say it, but like, what if one of those O linemen go down?
Yeah.
You know, Jared Goff looks as great as he does because that's a top 3, if not number 1 best line in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Lions, to me, are that, and mostly, I mean, it's kind of in the same sense that it has nothing to do with football.
It's organizational, though, because the Lions were such a dumpster fire, where the Ravens have never been a dumpster fire.
No, but they've only got 1 Super Bowl. Oh, sorry, 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, it's kind of funny. It's 2 sides of the same coin. You have the one franchise that hasn't been, is one of the worst franchises in football for a historically long period of time in the Lions, whereas the Ravens have been arguably the model of success. They've never been bad.
But the Lions are starting to show you that you can change that.
You can.
With the right people in place, you can shift that narrative.
Unless you're the Browns, you can change.
Exactly.
I think it's the Bills.
Yeah, for like the same reasons?
No, their issue is the offense is still so unbalanced to needing Josh Allen to be an MVP in every game that I don't think you can sustain it for 21 games that you need to. And if they can't make James Cook happy, then they have a huge problem because, once again, Josh Allen is also your number 1 rushing attack, and you cannot continue to do that.
At some point in time, that breaks down.
And their defense is real thin too, and they still have injury issues in the linebacking core that they're hoping are fixed, and guys will be back and ready to go. But
yeah, Milano going down was a massive hit for them.
Yes. So as much as you want to see them overcome it, and you love what Josh Allen does when he puts on the cape, I don't know if it's sustainable to do that, even though they probably have the easiest path to the 1 seed in the AFC again, based on the division that they're in and their schedule. But
the whole is better than the sum of the parts. Stuff is something. It's different than the Ravens, where they have all of the parts.
Well, as this texter says, Lamar Jackson's the MVP right now. You throw him another wide receiver and they would actually be insane. So there's a little bit of that same thing. Like, you throw a little more balance, a little more help in that, and the Ravens. I think that's why this NFL season might be so great and so fun.
It's a parody argument.
I don't,
like, there's a little bit of like,
I don't know, because I can start making I can have these conversations with each team. Are the Chiefs getting old? The Chiefs are kind of getting old.
The Eagles are the one team where like
Mahomes
they aren't missing anything.
Mahomes is slowing down. You know, I not like from an aging standpoint, but his game is slowing down. It's not as wild and chaotic and Brett Favre-like as it used to be.
That's the change of the NFL, though.
Exactly.
And I think that because we've gotten away from throw the ball all over the park, it's becoming more multidimensional again.
But if we're also talking about, team culture and prove it to me and unbalance, I can throw at you the Eagles in, is Jalen Hurts really another QB to take you all the way? Is it just that defense? What if that defense falls apart? Is there a Super Bowl hangover? Each one of these teams have some sort of argument, which is why when we get to it and we start picking teams to win the Super Bowl, that's why I kind of like some of these squads like Green Bay to kind of like surprise people, or maybe even the Chargers.
Well, the NFL always
to
has
kind of surprise somebody that's not one of those top dogs.
The Commanders did it last year.
Giants, like we talked about yesterday.
No, they won't surprise anybody. They suck.
Not the Giants, but like
Eli's
Eli's
I
Giants.
know, but I'm saying these Giants. Well, I will say this: don't be surprised when Abdul Carter is a Rookie of the Year defensive. Good God,
I can't believe
film
he didn't
coming
go
out,
number 1.
I mean, the film coming out of Giants camp is terrifying.
He's so
that
sexy.
offensive line is not good, but he is making it look even worse.
He's so sexy.
But you do have a team every year. Like the Commanders last year. There's always going to be one team
the Lions 2 years ago.
They just pop, and you're like, and the Lions, everyone's like, oh, it's the schedule. And it's like the Commanders, it's the schedule. Because when you're bad, you have the easier schedule. But the Lions followed up the next year, and where they were arguably the best team in football for most of the season. And you're just like, and then injuries just pile up, and you're like, oh God, you're kidding me. Them and the Eagles just had all the health.
All right, 2.5 hours down, a half hour to go. We're in the final stretch here. Let's get to some college football and why drugs are bad, kids. That's next for Swag with Sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, it reached a point of no return for Cowboys pass rushing specialist Micah Parsons. who released a set the record straight statement on his social media saying he has personally asked Stephen Jones to be traded and no longer wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. Wide receiver Terry McLaurin with his trade request into the Washington Commanders yesterday, as he is unable to break the impasse in contract negotiations with Washington. Mariners trying to double up on the Rangers after a 6-0 shutout in Eugenio Suarez's return to the team with the deadline deal trade. 7:10 first pitch tonight. Seattle starts a game up on the Rangers in the race for the final AL wildcard slot. Action this afternoon in the big leagues. Cubs leading the Orioles 1-0. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning at Wrigley Field. A final, the Reds beat the Braves 3-2. PGA Tour's final regular season event, the Wyndham Championships at Sedgwick Country Club in Greensboro. Mac Meisner, Sungjae In, Cameron Young, and now Aaron Rai all atop the leaderboard at 12 under par. One shot clear of Mark Hubbard. First round leader Joel Damon. He is 1 over on his round today at 8 under par. Top 70 on the points list after this tournament will make next week's playoffs. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigart from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the
That's the last one I'll do. Happy birthday to the great Jerry Garcia. Would have been 83 today had we not lost him in 1995. The best part is that marketing Jerry Garcia's death and what Dead & Co. are doing right now would make that man very, very, very upset.
A lot of money down in the
Very upset.
sphere.
Jerry Garcia said, the only thing I want to be known for when I die is that I was a competent musician. And Bob Weir wants to be known as a billionaire. So different priorities, different walks of life. We'll have closing arguments to close up shop here in about 15 minutes. But I wanted to have a little bit of fun with this. I saw this. I actually watched SportsCenter last night. Mm-hmm. I crawled into bed. I did not drink last night. I was stone sober. So maybe that's what got me being all weird and crazy for the day. But I sat in bed. Being normal. But I sat in bed and watched.
Is this what it feels like?
I woke up this morning feeling awesome at 6 o'clock, all natural too. You know how I don't set an alarm? I woke up at 6, snoozed till about 6:20, and then I was up. Felt great. Feel great right now.
It's weird how that works.
I feel so good. I'm going to go drinking tonight.
There you go. We're going to go celebrate.
So I'm lying in bed, just kind of sitting there, trying to get ready to fall asleep, and I turn on SportsCenter. And after about 20 minutes, I was like, I can't watch this, and I just turned it off. But in the middle, I got Kenny Dillingham teaching me why drugs are bad. Because I'm looking at this guy's eyes and looking at the way his head's moving, and I've seen crackheads punching windows that look like this. And here's what he had to say.
Yeah, we got to be better. I mean, like I said, our offense in general, too many drops on offense as a group. It was a bad day. I mean, it was a really, really bad day on offense. It all stems from passion we play with. Is it okay to not make a play? And if you accept it, then you accept it. And that's who you're going to be. Don't be mad going 5-7. It's okay. Don't be mad going 6-6. Don't be mad going 3-9 because somebody has to go those records. There's going to be tons of teams who do it. Why not us? We didn't practice bad. What I mean by that is, like, we didn't bust. We didn't MA. We threw one pick. Like, we didn't practice bad. We didn't practice with passion. We didn't care if we scored a touchdown. We didn't care if there was an interception, right? We didn't care if somebody made a great play for most of practice. We were just out here practicing. And to me, the best teams, it matters all the time. You want to win everything. And today we didn't have that mindset. We didn't want to win. We wanted to practice. And those are two different mindsets to me. Good practice of complacency. It was a good practice for a bad team. It was an average practice for an average team. That's what today was.
Why not us?
I want that drop
That's
so
such
bad.
a great, because that's usually like the why not us?
Yeah,
No.
Dirt and Sprague were talking about that this morning. Yeah, how it's very much like a positive thing.
Yeah.
It comes. I need that drop. I need why not us. The problem is every time it's going to be thought of in a positive way.
Yeah, that his kind of line of thinking and how he's talking about that is very similar to special operations in the military. The idea of not the why not us, but like no,
I don't think you like failing in special ops.
No, but that's the point. Like how you work matters.
Yeah,
and
totally.
And that might be good enough for them.
Yeah,
but that's not good enough for us.
Yeah, and I think he looked like he got caught right after practice.
Oh, he's out of breath.
Yeah,
he just got done smoking.
But I don't know,
sure.
Swag. Did you see it on TV or did you just hear the clip?
No, I saw it. I saw the clip.
Doesn't he look a little unhinged?
Yeah, but
I mean, that's Dilly.
That's
well,
Dilly.
I know,
See,
but it's
I
like
think
it felt a little extreme even for him.
I think when he was having his planning for the first couple of weeks of a fall camp before they got into any installation or game prep or whatever, he already had this it's like, all right, the first practice where the guys are, not starting to slough off. I'm bringing this out. This was canned. This was pre-planned. It was.
He knew this. At
some point he was just waiting for the day that it got to him, and here you go.
Just waiting for the bad practice.
Yeah.
Well, it hit. I'll tell you what. I think
when you want to get back to the college football playoff, you want to be Big 12 champions again. Yeah.
When I was first introduced to Mr. Dillingham here, Kenny. I was very turned off by it.
Really?
I was at first.
I was in the second I heard him talk. When he was at Oregon, I was like, "Oh, this guy's fun."
Yeah,
I
wasn't really into it.
Oh, okay.
It felt a little too rah-rah for me, and that's just me personally.
No, I get it. I like there's all kinds of rah-rah.
Sure, that's not my rah-rah.
It feels genuine. Like
sure.
you can, at least for me, I feel like I can sort out the fake from the real with the rah-rah stuff because there's sometimes you're just like, shut up.
Totally.
But like there when it feels real, and I think to Swag's point, like having it canned, I bet you he did because he's a very smart dude. This is a guy that was coaching when he was in college, like while in college. Like this guy is going to be a coach for as long as he wants to be a coach.
But I think last year, once they made the college football playoff and they were starting to do some exposés on him and kind of diving into the Arizona State program, I got a good buddy who's an alum, and he's my inside source on Arizona State basketball and football. Once I kind of started to learn a little bit more about him, I was kind of like, okay, I dig this. I watched that Reese Davis interview with him the other day, and I was like, okay, I kind of dig this. I'm there on board. I guess I just saw him, and I was like, this man looks like a bona fide lunatic.
Oh, he is. But I like a good lunatic. It's a simpatico connection.
And maybe that's what you have to be right now in the Big 12. Maybe it's going to take whoever is the craziest down there to win that conference.
Well, if I remember right.
I know every show has said this, so I don't want to sound like I'm stealing it, but we all believe this, that anything can happen in that conference.
I think the lowest win total in the conference is 5.5 wins, and the highest win total is 8.5.
See, that's nuts.
It's like you're just blowing dice and rolling them and letting them see where they may.
And
which, if you're Dillingham, you have to protect against that now, because somebody has to go 3-9. Remember, the Big 12 didn't do the media poll this year because Arizona State was picked dead last year, and everybody looks stupid as they go out and they go to the college football playoff and they have a game against Texas that is an unbelievable game.
And I believe they're one of the 5 teams, we did this on Dirt and Sprague, that are currently favored in every single one of their games this season.
Oh, there are 5 college football teams that are favored in all of their games, and one is Arizona State.
Yes.
And their over-under is 8.5.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's insane. But I'll tell you what, in that world of crazy, maybe the energy, maybe the culture, because it's going to bleed into the fan base, and it's going to be a tough place to play down there, especially if they got night games.
That place
if
is always
game day
unhinged.
shows, if Texas Tech, I haven't looked at the schedule in the Big 12 yet, but if Texas Tech is there late in the season and they're having a great year, or if Utah's having a great year and game day decides to go to Arizona State for a night game, that place could be nuts. Maybe that rah-rah and that raw, crazy emotion is what'll put you over the top.
Yeah, they're at Mississippi State in week 2, at Baylor week 4, at Utah week 6, Texas Tech at home the following week.
Ooh, see, Utah and Texas Tech back to back.
The one you want to watch out for, at Iowa State November 1st.
Okay. But that week 6
starts snowing in Iowa about then.
Yeah, Ames gets a little dysfunctional at that point in the year. No, like going back to the militaristic part of this, like we would have days like this where we would have, whoever it was, knowing that we needed a kick in the ass.
Yeah.
Even it wasn't a bad day. It just wasn't a great day. And we would get lit up beyond belief. And, we kind of look around like, do we really have that bad of a day? And it was like, well, maybe. And then you start kind of buying into the, no, we need to be better. You just kind of need one of those. The best need one of those, whether it's the Eagles in the NFL, whether it's Ohio State last year. I bet you Ryan Day had one of these too. Like you can't. Complacency is the killer of great.
I tell this story all the time, and then we'll get out of here. I was working a job, and I had a boss who sat me down and said, Patrick, I've seen you do this job very, very well. Right now, you are not doing it very, very well. You either need to figure it out, or we're going to have a different conversation. And you're like, oh, God, okay. And then you start to figure it out, and you kind of get back on track. And maybe that's what old Kenny's doing down there. Arizona State, the Big 12 in general, is going to be fascinating to watch.
Look for him next week or sometime to start raving about some football minutia stuff.
Without a doubt. You're right. It is a little choreographed.
He will just go off on his pulling guards and how they executed some sweep or something.
A little compliment sandwich.
Yeah.
I know we got a Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback, but this run game's going to be top in the nation. Look at these guards. Yeah, totally. Good call, Swag. All right, when we come back, close up shop. Closing arguments are next. 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Blast off, right field, way gone, all the way up there, second deck.
That's Aaron Goldsmith on Root Sports. Cam Young's home run was 470. I saw it was corrected to 456. Cole Young, sorry. I'm getting my young kids all mixed up. It was his home run was corrected to 456 instead of 470.
Yeah, you got a lot,
I'd be
man.
pissed.
470 is a big number.
I'd be pissed. 470 is a huge
I
number.
mean, 450 is good, but you say 470, it's like, oh man,
That ball was-
that's out of most parks.
That ball was absolutely smashed. This Easy Play brought to you by Home Z. Use Home Z's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Home Z. That's HOMZE. HomeZ.com.
He's back. Harris and Marang is wrapping up for the day,
You want answers?
which means it's time for the closing arguments
I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!
on the Fan Sports Network.
You can't handle the truth!
105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
All right, we do this every single day at 12:45. This is the closing arguments. Today on discussions to have, we need to decide if Doug Mankiewicz is alive or dead.
Yeah, Jeff Passan, ESPN baseball insider.
The guy. Right now, for my money,
Yeah.
I know I'm a baseball guy, so it sounds like a honk, but when I heard about Schefter potentially being linked in this Christian Wilkins story because they have the same agent, once I started hearing that stuff, and I can't do Shams on TV because he's not there yet in his chops.
Yeah.
Jeff Passan for me might be the most fair, balanced insider and will also eviscerate you evaporize you on
Yes.
Twitter.
He also gives credit to other people. Like, and this was always the thing with when Woj was around too. Woj was a CAA guy, and so he always had to be like, "Oh God, here we go. He's carrying them all the water for CAA. All right, whatever." But passing, like when somebody else beats him to a story, he'll give the details, and then so and so was first on it, or this had to this first. And like that in that game, that actually matters.
Early Bleacher Report was that way.
Yes.
They were trying to be ahead of you of just giving you the update as soon as possible.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, just stop doing that. But Passon will also just drop bombs atomically on people, and Doug Minkiewicz just stepped in it today. And Passon, if you don't know, because he has like a long head, you think he's a tall guy. Passon's like 5'4".
I saw him stand next to Tim Kirkchin at the All-Star game, was like, whoa, brother.
Because Timmy's like
You're my size.
5'2", 5'3".
Those
like,
guys
Timmy,
are my size.
He's tiny, and Passon's a little tiny dude, but he comes up big on Twitter. So he was talking about the return for the Pirates, and was talking about Rafael Flores. He goes, he tore up AA, now at AAA as a top shelf framer and regarded as a big league ready catcher. A very good centerpiece. Also in it, Eglin Perez, who is 19 with excellent swing decisions. Doug Minkiewicz, former very good player in baseball, replies with, "Man, what a time to be alive when a non-baseball person writes excellent swing decisions for a guy hitting 209 and A-ball as a career 241 hitter. I swear some scouts and writers will say anything to sound somewhat intelligent on non-baseball people," which is like, all right, way to be a jerk, Doug. Like, whatever.
Right? Like, what is this about?
And Passon replied with, "That description came from a scout, Doug. Do you hate them too, or are you just bitter because batting average is no longer the metric people care about, and it's the only one you were ever good at? Stay bitter, guy." It's like, damn, all right. Minkiewicz came back. Glad you finally admitted that, guy. Here is a line you should never forget. I can do what you do. You can't do what the players do. Bitter? Not at all. Without players, you have no job. Without scouts, you have zero knowledge. Don't forget it, guy. Passon just decided, okay, this is it. It's a good thing I'm trying not to play, Doug. The sad part is that you're trying to think and you're absolutely terrible at it. Yikes, dog. There's nothing more sad than an old ball player who wants things to be like they once were and is too incurious to the game that passed them by. You had a good career. You were a good ball player. You did things I never could. I love the setup here. You give him the praise first before you lock the legs off.
I know where this is going.
That doesn't give you license to say stupid things. I don't know a lot, so I ask people who do. You think you know a lot, and those who actually do laugh at you.
You can put it on the ball. You bastard.
Damn.
Man, because I feel like sometimes people so often are afraid, especially media members, because remember, we've talked about low-hanging fruit insults, right? We talked about it a lot yesterday, Oh, yeah? Nuh-uh. And, what do you know? You're an idiot. Like, it's so easy, I think, sometimes for athletes to clearly go, well, you never played. And it's like, outside of like the national media dudes that we always bag on all the time that we're just kind of, that are a little exhausting. We don't need to name names, but the exhausting ones on TV and radio, we know you didn't play. But
it goes back to the Michael Jordan argument. He played. He was not a great owner.
No. And just because you played doesn't make you good in media.
No.
Like, look, I can't play at all. And I don't think that I know the best. Like, I don't think I know everything about sports, but I do have training that can at least make this a functional show, right? You may disagree with my opinions, but like what I do behind the scenes makes me more tailor-made to do this than, say, Michael Jordan. That doesn't make me better than Michael Jordan. And I think too often it's easy for players to put their foot in their mouth and say, well, you don't know because you didn't play. And then the media guy has to go, I know, you're right. I respect the game, and I'm sorry that it came across wrong. That's really not what I meant. Love you, Doug.
Yeah.
Peace sign,
And Jeff did not go for that. I've been in locker rooms for debates between players about things, and it's not even like sports related. It can be totally random. And there will always be, this happens multiple times during the season, there will be a take where I just look at that player like, are you dumb? Because they're just like anybody else. Like everybody has.
We've said
takes,
this. A lot of athletes are just as dumb as the average person that walks down the street. Like we think because they're really good at sports that we're going to put them up on a pedestal, and all of a sudden they're intelligent. Most of these guys didn't even go to school. Most of them didn't finish high school.
There was a debate about Luka in the Blazers locker
especially
room
in baseball.
once that I won't name any players. One guy was like, he's overrated. He's actually not that good. And me and the player that was having the debate with him looked at each other and looked at him and just like, are you stupid? Like, what do you mean?
Are you ignorant?
Like, it was just like, it's like, well, just because they just give him the ball. And it was just like, because he averages 38 and 8. That's why. If we gave you the ball, you couldn't do that. Like, what do you, it was just like, it was one of those things where it's like, you play the game, you know better. And the thing is, they don't.
No.
Everybody has their opinions on everything.
I mean, look at the best coaches of all time.
None of them were great players.
Majority of them.
Most of them were role players because
Right.
they understand, like, the in-betweens of stuff.
Look at Joe up in Boston for the Celtics. A very average basketball player. Seems to be a pretty damn good coach. You're starting to see it in baseball, too, a lot,
Pop,
too.
Kerr, Spoelstra. Spoelstra's a video guy.
Yeah.
Played at UP. Like,
Kerr might be the most prominent player that's a really good coach.
and he was a good role player.
Look at some of the young baseball guys.
In the NFL, Belichick.
Yeah.
Like Dan Campbell, he was a tight end. He was, big meathead. Like,
D'Amico Ryans was pretty good.
yeah,
But he's not a Hall of Famer.
but is it, like, you can be the Hall of pretty good.
Yeah.
More often than not, the like greatest of all time guys, they're not great coaches.
No, I was going to say in baseball, I mean, Craig Counsell, Rocco Baldelli, like those are. Rocco Baldelli is a lot of what if, but Craig Counsell is a role-playing guy his entire career.
Yeah.
And you're right. That's where some of the most intelligent comes from, is somebody that had to sit and watch greatness, but also get to be a part of greatness.
You didn't have
Kerr's
the
a
talent.
great example.
Well, you didn't
Kerr's
have
a great example.
that level of talent, so you had to be smarter about the game.
And that's why I'm smarter than you. That's why I'm better than you.
It happens.
Shout out to Jeff Passan. And yes, verdict reached. Doug Mankiewicz, R.I.P.
Cooked, flambéed, roasted, fricasseed.
R.I.P. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Ducks
Friday.
Insider. What's that?
It's Friday.
It's Friday, baby. Ducks Insider from 1 to 2. Happy Hour with Luke Anderson, 2 to 3. Prime time. Boys will get you 3 to 7. Swag, thank you, amigo. Doing the double duty. It is
Been a long day.
It is much appreciated. Get
Golf
this
in the
man.
Northwest tomorrow morning at 8.
Oh, yeah.
Golf
Golf in the Northwest. Come back in tomorrow. FedEx Cup qualifications.
That and the final major of the LPGA season, and we might have a runaway.
Love it. Tune into that or get your podcast wherever you get it. For Danny Marang, Swag on the 1s and 2s, I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.